Welcome back. You already know what time it is. It's a FCM watch along on DR Sports. Of course, Liverpool and Arsenal. So it's only right to bring Liverpool and Arsenal fans in to the right. Ready to try and get a victory today. Captain of Team Havertz.
Come on. Come on.
He's the captain. He's the captain of Team Havertz.
Tall technical players. That's the future of football, blood. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Tall technical
Only
players.
Nic. But to the left, the king of Liverpool himself.
He's right, lad. Good lad. I like that title, lad. That's a great title.
White socks only.
And of course, we've got the FCM crew to my left, Cams, Fu, and of course, production, Lias. How's everyone feeling? We good?
Hey, big game today, man.
Big
FA Cup.
game,
you know,
man.
You know FA Cup week when it begins.
Bro, I honestly feel like a little bit cooler being on the FCM podcast. It's like comes with it. I'm like, I'm cooler enough to be on it. I'm a little bit cooler.
I like that. It's a nice special as well. Obviously, FA Cup third round. It's like historic weekend in British football. And it's nice that we've got a big tie, especially with everything that's going in the league. These two teams going up against each other, a bit of rotation in the squads as well. Nice little storytelling narrative we've got. So it's only right we do a takeover and have you guys. So thanks for being on with us. But I mean, like, how are we feeling for this game? Go with you, Nic. Arsenal side.
I mean, we feel a lot of pressure. We're at home, but after a couple L's, and not even a couple L's, but a couple poor results, it can only really go upwards. I mean, there's a big debate about who the pressure's on. Do you know what I'm saying? These lot are obviously above us. They've been doing better. We've both been hit with some injuries. I think we're both trying to shift the pressure onto each other and say the pressure's on you guys. Now the pressure's on you guys. We're both losing players to either injury or to international tournaments, but I love the FA Cup time, man. Do you know what I'm saying? As an Arsenal fan, you always love the FA Cup.
100%. And this is like you guys' trophy as well. This is like the Arsenal trophy.
It's branded after us.
That's all you got anymore, bro.
100%. 100%.
But though, from your side, I mean, like, is there any pressure on Liverpool for this game?
I mean, yeah, like, in my mind, I'm going to be completely unbiased. I don't think Liverpool or Arsenal are going to win the league, lads. I still think City are going to come back and win this Premier League. So, really, this cup should be very important to both of our teams. But I'm still going into this tie a little bit like, meh, I don't really care. And it's not that I don't care about the FA Cup. I absolutely do. It's a great cup. But I'm just focused on the Prem so much that I couldn't really care where this one goes right now, but come the end of the season, you'll see me cry if we don't win the Premier League. So it's one of them, lad. It's like what he said. I think we're both playing a little bit of a weakened side. It's still strong enough, but not our best sides. And I think it's because we've lost players. Like, we're playing Quansah at centre back. We'll talk about the lineup in a minute, but Quansah centre back is massive, right? Then who's got an?
We've got Kivior left back.
That's it. Like Kivior on left back, and that's all. It's going to be one of them games. I think it'll still be a good game to watch.
No,
Go for
100%.
I think the pressure's probably on our manager more than yours. Come the end of the season, if both of us don't win, if neither of us win the league, Arteta needs the FA Cup probably more than.
Don't get it twisted. You guys have way more pressure on you than they do.
This is a much bigger game for us.
Hey, this is what this is. Yous have got to prove today again that you are not pretenders and you are contenders, lad. And you only do that by beating the top teams. And when you beat City, everyone was like, "Oh, Arsenal are going to do it again, lad." So you have to beat us today to show. All right, respect.
Yeah, no, that's big facts.
It's a much bigger game for Arsenal than it is. For me, it's a much bigger game for Arsenal than it is for Liverpool. Because, I mean, first and foremost, Arsenal at home. You know what I mean? And then now you're looking at it, when you're looking at Endo's gone, you're looking at Salah's gone, and I'm surprised I didn't know Van Dijk wasn't going to play either. And Van Dijk's ill. So you're talking about three important players. You know what I'm trying to say? And Arsenal, if they don't win today, it'll be 1 win in 7, I believe it is. Back-to-back losses. 3 losses back-to-back. So it's a much bigger game for Arsenal. And listen, a lot of people are going to say, well, it's just the FA Cup. When we win FA Cups, nobody cares or blah, blah, blah. But listen, that's fan talk. Yeah. Mentality-wise, you need to win these games, especially because it's against a rival. Arsenal have to win this one. Have to.
It's on the Jumbotron as well. But let's go into the lineups. I mean, we've mentioned that there are a few omissions, people missing. In goal, we've got Ramsdale back in the sticks. Hopefully there's no any debate online about that this time. We've got Ben White at right back, centre halves of Saliba and Gabriel, and as we mentioned, Kivior at left back. We've got a midfield three of Odegaard, Jorginho and Declan Rice, with a front three of Saka, Havertz and Reece Nelson.
Oh boy.
Would you make it out?
I was very happy. I'm not going to lie, man. Man, them know I rate Reece Nelson. He's not necessarily world class, he's not top level, but in terms of a winger that can, an old school winger that's going to run at you, be direct, not show any fear, he's definitely got that. He's never really fazed by a big occasion, and yeah, I'm really excited to see him. And I do think Havertz is much better for us up top. That's where we got. That's where we got the point. That's where we beat Man City in the, or where we Yeah, we beat Man City actually with Havertz up top. We've had some good results of him up top. So let's see what happens. I would have liked to see this team, to be honest with you, a little bit earlier in the season before it was forced from our manager. Do you know what I'm saying? We should have been a bit proactive. But listen, hindsight is 20/20, innit? So it's what it is.
One thing I want to quickly speak on. Of course, you mentioned one Haaland by and Reece Nelson. There's two that are not in the starting lineup today. One in Nketiah, of course, and one in Smith Rowe, who we haven't really seen. Probably needs match fitness, not playing in this game. What are your thoughts on both of their situations?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, I said like a year ago that the real future of our club is going to be not just in who we buy, but in who we sell. We are awful. We're the worst in the league at selling.
Hold my beer, man. I can't.
No. We're the worst. Yeah. Don't say that.
We're the worst.
We're the worst. Let y'all finish.
We're the worst. We're the worst. We have you lot are just adopting the policy of paying off people's contracts. We've been doing this. We've been doing that. So we're one of the worst. We can compete for that. But so you know, when we've had offers for players like Reece Nelson, we've had offers for players like Smith Rowe, and Arteta has chosen to keep them and then not been able to necessarily get them back into the team. So that is something that we have to look at. I don't necessarily want them to go because obviously I love them, they're academy boys, but if we are going to let them go, we have to let them go at peak value at the 35, 40, 45 million rather than driving their value down and then letting them go for on a cheap. So, but hopefully, I think with Smith Rowe, we know that there's always been mentality issues. You know, he was famously sent on loan to Huddersfield more to develop as a person more than necessarily to develop his football, because he can play football, but he needs that confidence. So I don't know how much of it is confidence, especially as we're now seen as, you know, back-to-back contenders potentially. And Nketiah, I'm really surprised. I think Nketiah, I expected him to start, but I'm a little bit happy about
that left foot finish midweek. Yeah,
that little training video. Yeah.
You are running midweek.
That was from 4 weeks ago, blood. That's old stale footage, blood. You know what I'm saying? So. But no, listen, Nketiah, we know he's one of the manager's favourites. He will play. He will feature at some point, 100%.
Liverpool lineup. We got Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Konate and Kwanzaa at centre back. Joe Gomez starting in at left back this week as well. Midfield three of Elliott, McAllister and Curtis Jones, and then a front three of Gakpo, Nunez and Diaz. Doyle, what'd you make of that lineup?
None of them, lads. I don't think we're going in here with our full strength team. You can see it, right? Kwanzaa's a good little player, but he's played about 7 games, 8 games. And
He's been solid in some of them, though.
Like, I mean, if he plays well today, what he does is cement himself as a squad player, and you say, right, we keep you for the future now, lad. You are definitely staying here. Don't want to worry about there, lad. The battle in the midfield. Yeah. That's 3 techie little players, and they're all good little footballers. There's nothing wrong with them. But when it comes to the battling, Rice is going to dominate every single one of them, lad. He's going to bully them all, and I can't really see which battles we're going to win other than Diaz against Kiwa. What's his name again? Like
Kiwa. Surely against Ben White, though.
Nunez will cause a bit of problems for us. I think the fact that we've got Jota back is the most important thing for us. Salah is our finisher. We've all seen it. He's got 11 goals and 8 assists already, lad. He's phenomenal. And without him, we do struggle to get across the line, even for the assists and that. So I think Jota, he can come on later on in the game. That's good. I would have liked to see Gravenberch, if I'm quite honest, over Elliott. And the reason being is I do think he offers a little bit more physically. And so...
Do you not think with Elliott and Jones, though, they've been almost like the two creative sparks in that midfield?
They absolutely have. But
and
together,
deserve that at the moment.
They do. But also, it's one of them, lad. How would you create balance in that midfield? Now
you would have to take out. It would probably be Gakpo, innit?
Yeah.
Maybe you're getting Gravenberch instead of Gakpo, maybe because Gakpo is playing in an unfamiliar position now, innit? No, because
Gakpo's going to be playing right wing.
Diaz is going to play on the left, surely.
Yeah.
And then Nunez is going to be in the middle.
Yep.
So Gakpo is going to play in the centre.
No, on the right.
Or Elliott's going to... No, I think Elliott's coming off the right today.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think
I could see that as well. He can play there.
Yeah, makes more sense.
He played there for a while, didn't he? For was it Fulham that he played for before us? So yeah, I can see that. Also, Gakpo can drop in that centre mid roles. But even so, he's not physical. That's what Liverpool are missing right now. We all know it. And number 6 on that is a destroyer, lad, and it's evidence. And I hope today they don't get bullied, because I can see it, I really can.
The thing is, we have Jorginho, so what you do have is what you do have.
That's fair.
Just to bring everyone back down to earth. But you have like young legs there. So if Jorginho is trying to sit deep and dictate the pace of the game, he'll be the main trigger press. I think Rice is a little bit more press resistant. Erdegaard's more of a player, a bit more press resistant as well. But Jorginho is the guy that can be pressed, especially with young legs up against him. So, and obviously we'll have Trent stepping into that midfield as well, maybe to offer a bit.
That's where our creativity is going to come from. But now, again, because we don't have Endo, who has been phenomenal for his year. Really has, just so you know.
To the table, hasn't he?
He has, and he also wears a gum shield. He goes to war for Liverpool like that.
That reminds me of Sandro. We used to have that.
Just doesn't care. Lad. He gets a slap on an elbow, lad. He's like, come on, lad, go. So we are gonna miss that, like him dropping in there. But Maka's good enough at doing that pivot role. But still, I just don't. There's no balance. There's no balance in that team whatsoever.
I've got a fun game though.
I was gonna say
this could make it entertaining. But I've got a fun question for you. There's a certain midfielder, Liverpool ties.
No.
Gomez gonna play left back.
He's been playing left back.
He's been bossed, by the way.
He just had a score from there.
So he turned to Roberto Carlos.
Gomez has been playing left back for them.
And he's been playing well, against, I don't know if you watched the 1-1 Liverpool-Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
Gomez came on for Simicast, and I had a little bit of a deep feeling where I was like, he's going to get smoked here. Lad, he pocketed Saka. He did, lad. He was phenomenal.
Ironically, he's actually getting preview right now. The question I was going to ask you, a bit of an ironic one, is you're talking about midfield. There's a certain midfielder that's saying that he wants to return from Saudi and come back to the Prem.
My God.
I need to hear your thoughts on this.
You made your bed, lads. Lying in it. That's the way it is, isn't it? I'm freezing, by the way. This is why my voice is so like, because it's cold in the studio, and I'm a scouser. Believe me, I can deal with it. Do you know what, lads? It's one of them. He made his choice, lad, and we actually needed him. Right, with Fabinho and Henderson, they left on them on certain terms where we were like, we could have used you next season, lad. We did not expect you to leave. That wasn't in our plans. And actually now, we're doing better without you, lads. So unfortunately,
I think it was a blessing. To be
if you cared about Liverpool, then you're going to have to not come to us, because we've got a midfield that's working, and I don't think it would be the right move to come back to us, lad. I think it would be quite a mockery as well of the Saudi League, which is disrespectful to them to be like, I want to come for all your money. Actually, I don't like it. I want to go 6 months later. That's disrespectful, lad.
Not even a full season.
You've made your bed, lie in it, and make the best of your situation. You're getting paid over £500,000, £700k a week. Okay, that's enough to stay there, lad. Alright, you'd be sound, mate.
I'm firm in this actually if I'm him, bro.
But he's still a legend. I still think he's a legend. Still love him. Still think what he did for Liverpool, absolute legend. But these are the decisions we make in life, right?
So
and he's made one.
Live by it, die by it.
But Bobby, if you want to come back, lad, come back.
I was gonna say, if Fabinho wants to come back, I think you're taking him back too.
I love that. Listen, we've got about 1.8k in here, 150 likes. Let's get those likes up. Let's get the views in. Tell a friend.
Hit them
Smash
likes,
send
man.
those
Hit
comments.
them
We've got a
likes.
few super
We got to
chats
end
go
this
through 'em.
stream today on over 1,000 likes, man.
Yeah, this is
100%. Let's run it up. Let's
got
run it
to.
up. Let's go through these super chats, man. Let's go for it. Should we go?
Yeah, Tina, always a regular in the chat as well.
Big up, Tina.
Says, if Arsenal lose today, is Arteta under fire? That's for you, Nick, actually. I'll throw that to you. straight away.
Yeah, but I think he's already
Under fire?
He's already under fire.
Do you think?
Under fire, as in like.
Hey, the question was for him.
I'll tell you why.
Him, cook.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, because, and I'm an Arteta fan. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people call me an Arteta fanboy, so I'm not being negative, but a lot of we need to see development. I'm looking at him like a youth team player, but a manager version. We need to see development from you. A lot of the mistakes that have got him into this position this season are the same mistakes he made last season, are the same mistakes he made the season before that, and are the same mistakes he made the season before that. He had a good period when we were competing last season where he was tactically flexible and he was using a lot of the squad. He still had his favourites, as all managers do, but he was using a lot of the squad, lots of rotation. So far, and I know we have injuries and stuff like that, I'm taking that into account, and that may be one of the things that saves him. Like, everyone's using that same excuse. Ten Hag's using the same excuse. Everyone's got injuries. I understand that. But to have a squad and not use them and then run players like Saka into the ground, we're now seeing Saka on a bit of a Marcus Rashford trajectory where it's like, oh, I'm playing through an injury. I have to get injections to keep... No, but they were the same thing you lot say about Marcus Rashford. He was injured. He had to get injections to play through those injuries.
I'm not gonna say too much.
You're saying Ben White the same.
But don't you think that's because your manager doesn't trust your players? Then that's why he's playing this solid team, because he's trying to not make the same mistakes.
That was an excellent excuse when it wasn't his players. But now a lot more of these players are his players. These are players that you've brought in. So the questions are not just about this run of games, or you haven't been great for this run of games, so maybe we're going to look at your situation. The questions are over the things that we've overlooked when we were competing. We've overlooked you bringing in someone like Tavares and then that being a flop. We've overlooked you consistently bringing in players that haven't quite worked out. We've overlooked maybe Havertz coming in and he's only got 2 or 3 goals. We still can't really figure out a key position for him, and he was 65 million. So it's not just reactionary off of those games, but the reason he may come under fire is because we came second last year, we gave it a good run, and we needed to add to it. And as it stands so far, we haven't really added quality and gone up in quality this year.
This
I want to read out the stat quickly.
My eyes just widened
stats just come up on the
much.
screen, and it says that in terms of speed of attack, Liverpool are ranked first in the Premier League. Which isn't surprising given the rock and roll transition. But Arsenal are 18th.
It doesn't surprise
And I
me.
would love to see what it was this time last season, because it felt like everything was so fluid. Everybody had like telepathic relationships.
Yeah.
Like
That's
Saka
me
was
to
doing-
you.
everyone just knew where they were going without even picking up their head. And this season, I feel like Arsenal's attack has slowed down. It's gone still. I think Arteta's attacking game plan has almost been found out this year. And I am interested to see Havertz up front now, because I think him playing on the left was a huge factor for kind of like the production from that side kind of going down this season. So I'm interested in seeing how he tweaks that.
So what happens when you're the guys, lad? When you become the guys, lad, everyone starts to watch what you do and you don't want to counter it, lad. And it's very difficult to be consistent after that, lad. So you'll have all these managers that watch you over and over, and they'll know exactly how you play and exactly how to combat it, lad.
But he's also made himself more one-dimensional at the moment. Like, obviously, with the loss of Saka and putting Kai Havertz in there, we've lost the level of physicality. We've lost the level of leadership as well. You can't replace Xhaka's leadership, but you can't replace Xhaka's leadership with Kai Havertz, who's quite a quiet player.
His
For all intents and
doggedness is what
purposes.
Xhaka had. Like, you can't replace his dog, lad.
100%. Ødegaard has dropped off a cliff in terms of his ability, and we're just not shooting. Although the counter attack is slow, when we do get to the edge of the 18-yard box, we just don't shoot anyway. So I think because we're not creating as much, people are quite trepidatious and nervous to shoot. Whereas last year we were having a lot more shots, and so we would get, whether it's a deflected goal or whatever, it didn't matter. We're just going to keep coming wave after wave after wave, and that's not happening this season.
Before I go back into these super chats, we've been running a poll, of course, who's going to win this game. 51% have gone with Liverpool.
51%. So what's the Arsenal?
49.
Man,
No, it's a draw.
Yeah.
Wait, what is
Yeah,
that?
there's a replay.
Yeah, replay, innit?
So what did he say? No, so
51%
51
of Liverpool.
and then what's the other draw?
I believe it's
Lost?
49. It's not letting me scroll.
Okay.
It wouldn't be because there's a draw option.
But if that's heavily weighted in
the
Liverpool's
draw
favour.
option is 14%, and then Arsenal to win is
36.
35%.
At home. Wow. I don't know, man. I'm looking
I
at
think there's a
Liverpool's
little
lineup. I don't know. Arsenal are closer to full strength than Liverpool are, man. Arsenal, they've got to be winning this one, man. I don't see. I don't know if I see a Liverpool win. I see maybe max a draw, and then taking it maybe to Anfield. But looking at that, Arsenal have got to do it. You know what I mean?
No Mo Salah, no Virgil, lad. They're two of our best players.
Two of the pillars, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would your prediction be?
I'll go 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal?
Yeah.
Lias?
I see a draw, but I don't think that's good for either of them, to be honest. It's busy
Both
period
our
of the
managers said that
season,
they don't want to replay.
Yeah, I'm sure both would.
He was just scoring an own goal at the
But
end.
I mean,
of the
look at
game.
Liverpool's bench as well. Like, it was just a bunch. Other than Jota, it was full of youth players. So
That's all they need, though. Jota loves
But
it.
I
He's a
can't lie,
home
these
ground
kinds
for
of
him.
games as well, too, right? You have to think about it from another side of things. Arsenal will understand the pressure they've had all week, all of the criticism that's kind of come from Monday Night Football and stuff. And this Liverpool team, it's a lot of youngsters, a lot of players that maybe aren't going to be in the starting lineup. There's less pressure on them.
Yeah.
You might see a more free performance from Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I'll be honest, my prediction is a Liverpool win. I'm going 2-1.
Really?
I think ultimately, when you look at the context, the bigger picture, what's going on this season, Klopp's the type of person, in terms of his managerial career, he understands how detrimental it can be to Arsenal if they lose this game. So even though the lineup isn't as strong, he will do certain things to make sure that we get this psychological result. I mean, I saw it flash up because it's been 5 years. Remember the famous title decider in January between City and Liverpool, and then City went on a win streak. Those sort of games, even though the context didn't seem that great, add to the bigger picture. And I
they've
think
got each other again in 3 weeks.
Well, they play each
Well,
other 3 times in the space of 45 days, I think.
4th of February. And if we get a replay with this, lad, it'll be 4 games.
Yeah, four games in 6 weeks.
So I just feel like
And we may not win any of them.
I think for the same reasons I'm going the other way. Arsenal 2-1. I'm going. I think sometimes when you're going through a rough patch in the league, the cups can be like a healthy distraction almost. And I think Arsenal shown in the FA Cup they can do that. This is one of those games I think with Liverpool, that midfield especially looking at it, I think is going to leave too much of an open game, and it's really Arsenal's to kind of lose, to be honest. At home as well, I feel like 2-1 for me, comfortable. They should not comfortable maybe, but they should take the win in my opinion.
I'm gonna go with a draw actually. Gonna sit on the fence, you know what I mean? Enjoy it as a neutral. That's what we are. We're neutral, right? That's what we are. We're neutrals. We're neutrals. So I'm gonna sit on the fence as a neutral, and I'm gonna go for a draw.
Oh, I'm never going to sit again and say my team's going to lose or draw, because why would I watch a football game to say that? Like, that would be awful, wouldn't it? Why would the sport?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say
2-2 maybe, yeah, entertaining one.
How did you predict games before you had Klopp?
How was it done under Hodgson and Douglas?
That's still valid. That's the point. That's why I'm here, lad, to support my team, right? So I'm going to say, as a Liverpool fan, biasly 2-1, but realistically, I do think it might be a draw, 1-1. I genuinely do feel like it'd be that tie again, lad. I think what Leah said about us playing freely, that's That's spot on, that, lad. We'll go into this game with no pressure and just Jürgen Klopp will say, go and enjoy yourselves and let me see what you can do, essentially. And I think that'll free us up and not have that second thought about taking a forward pass or anything like that. We'll do it. Whereas they have to bounce back. But the one thing for it is at your ground, and also you've been crap the last few games, so you'll want to take it out now on us.
We're due a win, as they say. We're due a win. Statistically, we're due a win.
Expected win
today, bro. Oh my days.
I think especially with the break coming up as well, there's going to be a break. You lot are going to be stewing over that.
For online talk.
Yeah,
you must.
The FCM clips.
You must win.
Every week. If we lose today, then it's real mental frailties. Or even if we draw, because we draw 1-1 when you've got a full strength team and you've got one of the best wingers in the Premier League era, and then you ship them all off and then you play again with a much reduced team and they draw 1-1 again. Like that would be that would be an absolute it would be more mental than football, I think, at that point.
Keep sending your predictions in as well in the chat, and make sure you keep smashing the likes. So I've just gone over 300 now.
Let's go.
Come on, let's keep going.
Suve says Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1.
You like me?
Yeah. Rex says Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1. He's gone. Victoria goes 3-1 to Liverpool as well. So that is a real disrespect.
Every time I see that throw, it just kills me.
When Ramsdale just throwing it through.
Every time I see that, I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
That is ill, man.
Like he's playing one bounce with everyone, and we go.
His pop's going to be watching this game, huh?
I think the BBC's wrong for doing this, but these men are wrong for doing it. These men are wrong, bro.
Man, they did it to Karius, man. They got to do it to him as well, man.
His pop's going to be watching this game.
For real. Wayne says 1-1 prediction for him. Andy says 2-1 to Arsenal. Visual says 3-1 to Liverpool. Trent masterclass incoming.
He's the difference maker in this
I can
team
see
right
Trent
now,
having
lad.
a good game today.
If he has a good game, it's over, lad. The man has been feeling himself this season, lad, and he's come into his own.
We do have the mighty Reece Nelson on the side.
Trent's the best player on the park, you know what I mean?
He
He's the best player on the pitch between both teams. So if someone like that can turn up, then Liverpool always have a chance, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Good, lad. He really is.
He's world level, bro.
I really want him to I want him to stay in this role that he's in right now. I love this inverted role because it gives him freedom. He can play in that 6, or he can play in the 8, or he can play in the 10, and you don't quite know where to pick him up, and that gives him that chance to create the opportunities for our team. Like, so don't actually want to move him into midfield. I want him to stay in this inverted role and our midfield to work around him because he's the best player on the pitch. So you do what he needs to make him unlock what he's got.
It's so funny though, because like when you look at Liverpool's team and having to change in midfield, I actually have to commend how they've managed to do that while still figuring out the strength thing.
Don't know how we're doing it.
If you had like your holding midfielder before, it makes it a bit easier. But when you've got 3 guys who don't typically play a deep role and you're rotating and there's loads of changes to make it work, I don't think anyone would have expected Liverpool to be where they are at the moment.
Facts. I keep saying they're ahead of schedule in my opinion, right? No one, like Liverpool fans can talk all they want. No one expected Liverpool.
No.
The first season, kind of like into this rebuild, or so we thought it was being called. No defensive midfielder or someone in that position to be on fire at this point in the season. So Klopp deserves so much credit for
You got to say set pieces though. Set pieces, Arsenal have been monstrous this season. Do you know what I mean? So that is something. And you're talking about, Elliott, Jones, McAllister. We're talking about someone Kwanzaa. Yeah, he's a big lad, but he's still young, inexperienced. So set pieces, Arsenal could punish today. That's where they really should be looking at it, thinking, we can score today.
I'm definitely looking at Liverpool's attackers though, by the way, right? Next few weeks about Salah, who is going to kind of like rise. You talk about Jota. But Jota, even him, like he's someone who relies on that kind of service. I'm looking at Darwin and I'm looking at Luis Diaz to be the ones to create into
Nunez in particular. Nunez needs to get his goals, lad. He's unbelievable, lad, honestly. You all watch him, right? We all seen him, we put him in his criminal book, but the lad is genuinely brilliant in so many ways, and he's always involved in play. Like, if he scored these goals, he'd honestly be one of the best players in the world. Like, I know it sounds mad to say, but he would be. He's 90% there, and he's so endearing that you just can't help but love him, lad.
10%.
The most important part, lad.
10% is
I don't know why I love him, lad. I can't even tell you why
I like Darwin
lad.
Nunez too, but
I can't even tell you.
Yes, you mentioned something interesting. You talk about Salah's influence, and typically people just mention about goals, but this is someone that's got the most goals and assists in the league.
This season
it's the playmaking that's been sensational. So that element is taken away. Of course, you've got Trent, but that's 2 major parts of the team that are missing. So it'll be interesting to see how that's balanced out.
Even Van Dijk. Honestly, Van Dijk's balls across on that channel to Salah is no one sees it, lad. It's underrated, and he creates so many chances because of that. Sorry, lad.
No, it's all good. Let's quickly go through the soup chats before we have kick off. So Rational Cat Fat has gone. League's best player is back. City win 5-0. Done.
I mean, that's
KDB,
not why, though.
the boogeyman.
Hey, don't talk about the league's
but
best
wait,
player
wait,
right
wait,
now.
wait.
Talk about Philip Walter Foden.
We'll go in.
Thank
One
you.
at a time, one at a time.
Now that super chat was kind of giving KDB the credit there. He came on with
first assist first.
that thing. Let him enjoy it. Talk about the man who's holding down the fort.
No way, he usually does this at FCM as well. We're going to get there. Now let's get to it. So Nadir sends a super chat in and goes, Foden cams. Foden's performance today, I was salivating. KDB back. And after...
now he's going to calm down.
Stand up.
Oh, gosh. Bro. We've got Vince's viewpoint, which says expecting Arteta to improve last year's second position to first is assuming that other teams are also not adding quality and improving their teams. I understand the point, but ultimately with great power comes great responsibility, and now you've got to go after it.
Spider-Man in there, innit?
Please challenge.
When I said improve, I don't necessarily mean improve from second to first. Improvements may even mean if other teams are improving around you and you maintain. We're talking about all of them. We've dropped off in every single metric. Even if we came second again,
defensively,
we've
gone better defensively.
Every single attacking metric. Okay, do you know what I mean? We're dropping off. So that would still be some level of progression or even tactical progression.
I think it's not necessarily progression. I think you're just changing your dynamic because you were so chaotic last season and you crumbled at the end. You're trying to manage games better, which is why you're not creating as many chances because you're trying to be pragmatic about it. And that's what's happening, lads.
I hear
we don't have a dedicated number 8 as well.
I don't know. I feel like that kind of narrative is kind of going too far right, in my opinion. Because let's not forget that for 80%, 85% of last season, Arsenal were the runaway champions.
I wouldn't say runaway.
I think they were runaway.
It was pseudo.
I think Arsenal lost the league more
Man
than
City had so many games in hand, and the season, the way it ran because of the World Cup, was all jotted about here and there, lads. So I don't think they were actually as.
That's what I said. Speak about it, because that's what I said. But because I wear this shirt, I couldn't say it.
19 games, 50 points. They should have won it. Right?
I don't think they need. I don't think teams. We played the weaker teams earlier.
You played every single team after 19 games, bro. You had 50 points. You played every single team. In my opinion, it was more Arsenal choking. I don't think it needed this complete 180 of a revolution in tactics, bro. Like you guys were a much better team last year than you were this year.
I agree. Yeah.
He's trying to work out, and this is what managers do, lad. He's trying to work out how he's going to not crumble again. So he's trying to.
I agree, but at the moment he's working it out wrong.
Liverpool in 2017 were exactly like they are right now, unbelievably chaotic and created so many chances, but also leaked so many goals. So what he got the lads to do was manage the game better. So we ebbed and flowed through the game instead of just.
But at the same time, the one thing I would say is, do you have to completely? I wouldn't say he's completely changed the team, but he's obviously valued being more solid than you were before.
But slowest team in the league.
But you look at when Liverpool didn't win the league in 18-19. I don't think Klopp changed too much in 19-20. So you guys went again, and then you dominated and won the league.
Exactly. So you know what the important thing with Klopp is though during that Liverpool era? Even though he wasn't winning the league, he was still challenging for other cups and still winning other silverware.
Champions League, innit?
Champions League, FA
every
Cup,
single cup except
every single cup, and that's why at the end when they finally won the league, it was like, you know what, we've completed the set. And I feel like Arteta, that's what I said this year. He can't come into it getting sucked into thinking because I was in the title race last year, I'm in one this year.
I'm one of the big boys.
No, and if that doesn't happen, look at the Champions League, look at the FA Cup, and look at these as serious opportunities to add to the story.
That's why today is important, lads.
And one last point too about that Liverpool team. Okay, the defense. You guys might have become more defensively resolute team.
And we're off.
You had 3 game changers up front in Mane, Firmino, and Salah. So even when the system was more defensive, they could score you goals out of nothing. Arsenal don't have that.
We also had a different style. So we were one of the first teams to start playing through the sides instead of through the centre. So Man City were that possession-based team that went through David Silva, Fernandinho, and Kevin De Bruyne. And we decided, right, we're not going to play like that because we don't have the midfielders to do that, but we do have workhorses, so we'll get them to cover positions, and that's why we got Trent and Robbo to bomb forward, lads. So we had a different. We had like a pincer style, lads. You know what I mean?
So we've kicked off. We've kicked off. I was about to say, people watching this are probably like, why is there no red kits?
So weird.
Arsenal for the 3rd season now are running their no more red kit, which is against knife crime.
Good on them
in around London, and big up to Liverpool as well for agreeing not to wear their red kit, wear their purple kit. So there's no red kits on the pitch.
Adidas don't ever want to give United these kits, huh? Never us.
Yeah, sorry for wearing red. We said that at the start, didn't we?
Yeah, jeez.
Just a few more predictions while we're still early in the chat as well. Visual says 3-1 to Liverpool. Trent Masterclass actually read that one earlier. Crunch King says 3-2 to Arsenal. DMYG Modern chat, pick up yourself as well. He says 2-1 to Arsenal.
Do you know what might be a big factor as well? Genuinely, I know we've talked about it all season, but the fact that Ramsdale starting, he's under every time he plays, he's under so much pressure. He'll be playing with a little bit of fear. Do you know what I mean? So that might play into it as well. You might never know. You just seen him throw it.
He's playing for more minutes.
The right, by the way, Harvey Elliott's off the
right. Lad, you were right, spot on, lad.
Tactical.
Come on, man.
Do you know what's mad though? Gakpo, when we bought him, lad, we bought him as a winger, you know. That's where we bought him from, and he's not played on the wing
He
once
was basically
for us.
playing like false nine
Bobby,
for the Netherlands.
he's a Bobby role, lad,
It's gonna be interesting.
I just want to say right now, I'm honoured to be on with on this show with an Algerian journalist. You know, someone very serious about his craft. You know,
Netflix. Appreciate you guys.
Speaking before Sergio Busquets, you know, it's big.
Do you know what's so funny as well? There's a super chat that's just come in as well. I'll answer it. Fuad, I'm going to ask you early, who's the best African player of all time? Samuel Eto'o.
Thank you. I agree. Oh, Nelson.
Oh my God. Konate!
Oh my God, that lack of composure right at the end.
He wouldn't have that if he played more minutes, but that's my boy Reece.
Hey, Martinelli, you're looking under pressure, man.
My boy Reece.
Yo,
you're not comfortable.
I said it.
Bro's got you under pressure, man.
Fuad could attest. I say it Nelson is our best and not best winger, but our most direct winger.
Yeah, but this isn't something Martinelli wouldn't be able to do.
But you never know.
That's a Martinelli action 2 years ago. Even last season.
To be fair, he tried.
How many times has Martinelli
It's a tight angle to finish on there. That's what's getting on the goalkeeper.
You'd always find space in Liverpool's lines. It always happens.
Do you reckon that's HD or Smokey Cam?
He seems like a
A-star.
Smoky.
Smoky
That's
guy.
not an A-star right here. Actually, you know.
That's not A-star.
Nah, because remember, it was Smokey, innit? Because I swear it was him, Sancho, and Thingy did that whole Reece Nelson
out
chair.
Yeah.
But Smokey was that for HT.
I think it's Smokey.
Does your barber always cuss footballer players' ears? My barber does.
Yeah,
every time he's
Go on,
like,
Harvey. Yo, can you guys believe, Harvey Elliott is still 20?
Crazy.
No, he's not, is he?
He's 20 years
he's
old.
made his debut on
All of this talk, we talk about Phil Foden, we talk about
Yeah.
Saka. He's way younger than these guys.
But that's why.
Insane,
But that's
Like
why
Hamzat,
he
go
keeps
on.
playing with the
Come on,
England
man.
under 21s, and he's building a good relation with all those players.
He's actually a lot tougher than he looks as well, you know.
I like Harvey
He's only
Elliott.
little, but he's a little.
If anyone watched Harvey Elliott in the Championship, Fulham and Blackburn, come on,
He's
on the hips, lad, on the hips.
He's a baller.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's got this real grit about it. For someone that's not from Liverpool and just so affiliated, he's like a son.
Because he's muggy, that's right. He's a bit muggy.
They love a muggy baller out there.
He's a working class boy, isn't he? Yeah, that's what it is. Lad. We
literally.
accept you, lad. Come with us, bro.
He's a Liverpool fan, though.
Trent's first delivery here as well.
I think that's it, lad. He's happy to play for us. He genuinely is a happy
It
boy
means the
to
world
be
to him.
there. Yeah.
It means the world to him. I interviewed him about it as well. He said exactly the same thing.
You can tell by the way he plays.
Yeah,
And he likes to
gives
express
everything.
himself.
Plus, when you're in that kind of environment from that young on, it's like sink or swim, bro. It's sink or swim.
And he has definitely
He's
swum.
definitely swim. Yeah.
It's bossy, you know, these young English players, lad. Like the Fodens, the Joneses, the Elliots. They're all techie little ballers, lad. They're all-
Wait, you see what he did there? The Fodens, the
Yeah, you see what I did there?
Don't call me into it.
Hey, Curtis Jones has been good this season, lad. He
I've
really
always
has.
been a fan of Curtis Jones.
He has. He's a little techie baller, but
Even last season, the tail end of last year, he started to really
Yeah,
come into
you've
his
seen
own.
it, lad.
Do you know what? I mean, you can probably speak to more of it as a Liverpool fan. What I thought was a bit hard for him is, of course, coming through the youth ranks and everything, and being the skipper.
Yeah.
Leadership is the thing he's sort of looked at. So when you come into senior football, there's obviously leaders there. We need to see more than that quality. And he has it, but it's very difficult in the Liverpool side where there's players in front of you. And now he's starting to show that, no, I can play football. I'm not just about being a leader.
do you know what I think helped him with that?
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think helped him. I've seen in loads of interviews, Trent was like, listen, lad, you're not that guy here. But you can be. And if you work hard, lad, we'll get behind you. So all you've got to show is exactly why you're in this first team right now. And I've seen him, he literally said something like that in an interview to Jones. He was like, don't get ahead of yourself, lad. You've played well. But what you've done now is set a standard for yourself. So now you have to meet this every game, brother. Yeah? And if you do, you're in this team, brother. That's the way it works, lad. I love seeing Scousers do well, honestly. Really do.
Got an attacker, great payoff. Is that shot?
That's what
Last
we
season
normally
he
shoot.
shoots. Last season Odegaard shoots there.
Earlier in the
100%.
season, Odegaard.
Preds are everywhere now, aren't they? The Preds are everywhere, lads. Everyone's got them on now. Power.
And the thing is, though, like as we mentioned, just
That's a
touched
good
on it
pass.
a little bit, but with Man City getting their players back, a win like that today, Pep didn't really play a weak side either today. So a win like that is just going to make them realise, listen, we are still champions. We are the best team in the country. So even though people say it's just Huddersfield, mentality. Anyone that's been in title races know you want to win every single game, bro. And that's a worry. That's a worry for both teams here. Arsenal, Liverpool, seeing KDB, Doku, Foden cooking.
FCM, we always say momentum is everything, man. You just like the 2 games that Arsenal have lost, it kills momentum, especially in this part of the season. You just want to keep ticking over. City always do this thing around Christmas. It's just like a locomotive train. Just
it is.
Remember with the game. I remember when Arsenal lost to City last season in the FA Cup. And everyone was just like, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll just lose that game. Bigger fish to fry, whatever they were saying. You know what I mean? All the hashtags were coming out. And I was like, yo, you don't want to just lose them games like that. You know, Arteta played a weakened side. I couldn't believe it.
You're also, not a team that's been at the top level to be throwing away games.
Shot. Oh, my God.
And then from there, it just went left. It just went left and left and left. And I was like...
Reece is involved here.
Reece is always involved, brother. When he's on
the pitch, the chance.
When he's on the pitch,
he's a good routine.
That's a really good routine. Do you reckon it's off the training ground or improvised?
Improvised.
That's the same reason why all the top managers go for the League Cup, lad, is to build that mentality, right?
Jose always said it, right?
But I'm telling you now, the second I seen Man City beat Everton the other day, lad, I was like, here it is, it's back.
Can we get
I know this, lad, I've seen it, got flashbacks, lad. Can see it all. Don't shoot, Finny.
Let's hope so.
Let's see. Arsenal got
the high advantage
routines and everything.
Look,
set pieces, man.
Mark Havertz later on in the box.
Yeah, crushed the box, right?
Set pieces are worry, man.
Good touch on Odegaard.
Arsenal always come out boss first 20, lad. Always do, and then they die off. So I want to see what if they don't get the goal in the first 20, I want to see what happens there.
Nice. This is more like it.
Nice reverse pass.
Unlucky, man.
I don't mind him taking the shot
this
from
is
there.
more like it from Arsenal, though.
I don't mind him taking the shot from there.
Lad, you got to, lad. It gives people a chance to feed off it as well. If he palms it like that, you know.
Got a breakaway, have we?
Saka looks like he's just like he's playing for Ghana, innit?
I said Ghana as well.
You know, like the all white with the blonde hair in that. Bro, you're looking like a Ghana player, bro.
May he so rest in peace. But like literally, if I blinked, I thought it was Christian Atsu out there.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Nah, I get what you mean. The all white and the
all white with the blonde hair and that. Probably looking like a Ghana international, fam.
Don't kill me.
AFCON things.
And then you got Liverpool looking at Dream Team. You guys watch that?
Yeah, old school, bro.
Big up Andy Anser, man.
Yeah, that's some old school stuff, man. Damn. But yeah, Liverpool just got to see it out, see the first couple minutes out.
You ride the wave, right?
I mean, yeah.
Got to ride the wave.
I just want Quansah to have a good game. I don't want anything to be his fault. I want him to keep building his confidence. Even if we lose, I just want him to have a good game.
Does he need to build his confidence anymore?
I know, he's so confident. Did you see what he said about Matter?
He said that, it's a shame, but you know.
But I'm out of his spot in it, lad.
Place anyway. I don't think confidence is the issue.
Probably fair, lad. I want him to keep that confidence.
Yeah. Nah, he looks a good player.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Gomez coming back as well. It's really good to see him
it's
back.
something we've touched on the pod, saying that in terms of comebacks, this is a player that was, you know, chronically injured, and you know.
Let's not forget when Liverpool won the league, it was him and Van Dijk.
And the Champions League.
And Champions League.
It was Matip more so, no?
He was involved a lot, though.
Yeah, but I remember Premier League. I think it was like he was the starter.
Let's get a shot away.
The thing about Liverpool, it's not really Liverpool's game to sit in and watch other teams pop it about. I think Liverpool, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool go 1-0 down and then come alive. That's the type of team Liverpool are, innit?
And then win 3-1. That's what
Uh-oh. Bukayle's down.
There's no names on the back of the shirt.
So because of the font, they just make it all white.
Oh, so everything's all white.
Yeah, just apart from the black, the black Adidas thing on the outline. Yeah.
I thought there were literally no names on it at all. I can't even see an outline.
The
of
FA Cup.
No, there's
the FA Cup putting their logo red all up on the all white thing. What going for these guys?
These corpse.
What the FA Cup trying to say, man? What are they trying to say? What are they supporting? Because this is anti-knife crime, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's one company Kev's never working for. Yeah? We say so. That's one company Kev's never working for.
Kev's like, let me leave that in there.
Oh man.
First Fist Z sends a super chat as well. He says, LFC fan here. Nunez is atrocious. Proper Dejal ball. Damn.
Atrocious is strong.
I can defend him and I can't defend him. So I'll just leave it where it is.
When he says Liverpool fan as well, you gotta be like, fair enough.
Reece is there.
Reece
is
there. What? Great challenge by Konate. Oh, you've got a scoring crossbar. Another
crossbar. Saka, right foot. No,
we've had more shots. We've had more shots in 10 minutes than we have in like the last 3 games.
Hey, that's why Konate starts.
That is a Konate special. That is a Konate special. That sort of like
Last
stealth
ditch.
tackle. Yeah, he loves
He
it.
goes under the radar. Everyone's
The
talking
thing is,
about Saliba, lad. But honestly, Konate is a front-facing defender.
I know it sounds so funny,
monster.
but how someone so big can manage to like get into.
That's why he's
boy.
scary to play against.
He's
It's a
a
long
mobile
day.
man.
Day center back, man.
Yeah.
I knew it was scary hours when like he kind of lets the attacker take the step and then goes for the tackle. I'm
That's
like, nah,
why I
that's
actually think for France, Konate and Saliba would be.
Oh, is that? Oh.
Yeah, they gotta show some. They
Yeah.
gotta give some respect to Upamecano, man. Come on.
Upamecano.
His rep is destroyed, but there's a reason he starts for France.
Yeah. Well,
I
it'll be
think-
interesting coming
agree.
Euros.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, his
That's
rep
what
is
I mean.
destroyed in England. Like, I don't know.
Upamecano
Like,
will
He starts for
definitely
France
start.
for a reason.
I
for
genuinely
sure.
think though a Konate and Saliba partnership for France would be phenomenal, lad.
Yeah, of course,
Saliba
yeah.
is that composed one that'll sit off, and Konate is the one that'll go and win the ball, lad. So I genuinely think it'd be.
And
a
they
great
both can do
partnership.
recovery because they're both quick.
Yeah.
Upamecano.
Yeah, but they got too much talent in that French team, man. They
You
got
said you like him or you don't like him?
It's gonna be Oop as the star.
Yeah,
Konate's
I know,
gonna
I
be the
know.
one next to him.
Yeah, Saliba's not there.
Saliba,
Yeah, he's on
get
the
the
bench.
boot buddy ready, mate.
Have you seen Saliba's record for
Oh,
France?
lad, he's just crunched them there, you know.
It's a bit spooky.
spooky?
Man, I can't lie.
Listen,
But that's the nature of coming from France is still like the number ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
That's
course, you
what
gotta earn
happens.
your minutes,
Yeah,
man.
there's not going to be 2 or 3 good centre backs. There's going to be several.
France,
Do you know what I mean? That's what it
they've
is.
been producing like crazy, man.
Is Saliba like just French, or is he like got like a little like
I have no idea.
I didn't even know you.
like
know.
Senegal
all
or
the French,
something?
all the French players do, don't they? They
He's
always
got
have.
Senegal or something, but he's already played. He can't even come AFCON.
The only one is the only one.
He
is
was
Rabiot.
never going to play AFCON, bro. That was never going
Yeah,
to happen.
Konate could do AFCON. Saliba, I'm not too sure, man. He's a bit too. Yeah, I don't think Saliba's going to AFCON.
too dainty.
Yeah, Konate would enjoy AFCON.
this
Look
is
at
what
man
I'm
taking
with,
the show.
This guy, you're bugging, bro. I'm taking Saliba for Algeria tomorrow,
We ain't
bro.
doing no fades out there.
Yeah,
These
bro.
serious men out there. You know what I'm saying?
Proper, it's true. As Fuad says, real men.
Yeah.
Oh the god.
He should have backed. He should have backed.
He should have,
Yeah.
yeah. It's good pass by Havertz,
I
though.
can't lie. I think Havertz should have just gently laid that for Saka. I think he kind of forced
He
it.
he had a few
Johnson.
options. He had a
Is
few options.
Jorginho playing almost left center mid? Or
I think he is. I think Jorginho's sitting in the 8 and Rice is in the 6.
I was gonna say I've seen
Yeah.
Jorginho more advanced,
Yeah.
or maybe it's double pivot.
Yeah.
They haven't had much of the ball, Liverpool at all, really, in the first 13.
Yeah.
It's not
Don't
old.
bloody need it though,
Says
do
he's
you?
Lebanese Cameroon.
Lebanese Cameroon. He's Lebanese.
Saliba,
Amar
apparently.
in the
Lebanese.
comments says.
Lebanese
Can we fact check
Shout out
that?
Lebanon.
Can we fact check that? Yeah.
Is it Renato's song?
Rigoberto.
Renato's song. He didn't want to join up with them.
I said Lebanon. Wow. They be producing like that. Crazy.
Yeah, Trent looks.
I'm gonna do a diagonal swaz ball, bro. I'm gonna do that.
Nah, I like
Yeah.
the responsibility
His
he's taking.
father is
Yes, I love
Lebanese
it,
and his
lad.
mother
Ever
is
since he got
Cameroonian.
given the vice captaincy,
I
lad,
think
he's like, watch.
both him and Van Dijk, I think it's elevated their game. To
Absolutely,
Yeah.
lad, I agree. Responsibility in the taking it. Oh, it is right.
there we go.
That's what Nunez
That's
is
mo-
good at as well, you know.
Yeah.
What
Get
defensive
Stern off,
defensive
yeah.
attacking?
I like
He's-
McAllister, man.
he's got everything but scoring goals.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, lad.
I give it to Trent in the half space. That's the whip into the box.
Set.
No.
Oh.
Alright, Trent. We need you doing what you do best. I'm thinking he's a bit of Fabregas.
Imagine watching Foden, blood.
Put that in the box. You know what I mean?
We need.
Yeah, bro.
That way to
That in the
pass.
box.
Speaking of Fabregas, I think he showed really well in that documentary actually. It's
So
nice seeing him. Yeah, it was nice seeing
that's
him.
my
in
guy,
it.
man.
When you hear that's someone when you hear him talk football, you're like,
Yeah, he's one of those you sit down and you listen.
There's a reason why he's good at it, right?
Yeah,
and he's got that
yeah,
map of
gets
the
it.
pitch and all. And
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
yeah.
because you're intelligent.
yeah,
Especially like, you could see like he's an unbelievably technical player. He's not like super physically gifted,
Nah.
but
No,
he
no,
went
he's-
all the way to the top without being physically
We've
gifted.
seen
So
them
you know-
memes
Footballing
everywhere.
purist,
Yeah,
too.
you know
That's
he's
what
a
I like
pure
about
footballer.
Fabregas.
But
Yeah.
I remember there was a Chelsea training clip when he was at Chelsea where there was this drill where there's 3 cones and you have to run in different directions. And he was against probably 2 of the quicker players and he still managed to come first because of his IQ.
Yeah.
Like that's just the type of play he is. Like it's just crazy.
What happened?
You know them drills where you have to go like one cone different way, another
Yeah,
cone
yeah,
different
yeah.
way. So most people think it's speed, but it's about knowing where to go at what time. He beat 2 of the quickest players at the time. It was like, yeah, exactly. Just
I can imagine Nunez would lose that game. Even though he's the quickest.
Stamping all over the place.
Yeah. You wrecked the cones, lads.
Sloppy touches.
Go on, have a shot.
Look at where the Liverpool centre half.
Ah!
it's
Liverpool
broken
seem a
on.
bit disjointed.
Yeah. Saka and
Yeah, we play
Bournemouth
high
and
line,
Brentford.
high risk football. We play, lads.
Nice, nice.
Nick, you mentioned that you said that Reece. What was you said Reece Nelson is your
probably the most direct. So he's the winger out of all of our wingers that are going to get his head up. Martinelli runs a lot, but he runs with his head down, and Saka doesn't run so much. He looks for passes and moves and creating triangles. But Reece Nelson's probably our winger who picks the ball up, looks directly at the face of any defender, even if it is a Konate, and will just run at him. Do you know what I mean? And if he makes a mistake, he makes a mistake, but he's going to drop the shoulder and try and get by him.
Do you reckon that's why he's utilising this sort of like interesting way where it's if you're chasing the game, he's then brought on, whereas
yes,
if he couldn't start because he can't do the tactical approach of what Saka does.
That's 100%. I said in the summer that going to Brighton for him, I thought would have been a really, really good move. I wanted to keep him, but I thought actually, can we invest that money in a winger like a Diaby or someone that fits our system maybe a little bit better? That's going to be utilised as much as Saka and Martinelli that can be used because now we've got a situation where he's very talented, but the manager often just doesn't trust him unless the game is in a very specific point where we're on. You'll notice with Arteta, even if we're a goal down, he only brings on Reece once we're kind of in the ascendancy and we look like we might score. Then he's the final addition, but not to change the momentum of the game. So he's in an awkward position.
I questioned him staying at Arsenal this summer.
So
I understand from his point of view too. He probably has his family settled here and stuff. It's his boyhood team, but I think for the future of his career, like his development as well,
I agree.
I think it would have been the right time to move.
But
he's just never getting in over those two.
It's exciting for him though to be in an Arsenal team that might win the league, lads. You know what I mean? He probably doesn't want to leave just on the cusp of them being successful.
And I mean, last year as well, he had a massive.
Is Martinelli more talented than Nelson? I don't know.
Yeah, he is. No, he is. Martinelli's the best.
I think he is.
Application as a talent.
Yeah, I think Martinelli.
I don't know. Why is he a better talent? Why is
top level
Martinelli a better
football's
talent?
about application.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
That's what it is.
I wouldn't see Martinelli as someone that's impossible to get in ahead of. That's what I'm trying to say.
I get it because
of his output.
But it's the relationship Martinelli has with the gaffer. So not from us sitting here, but you know when you're in that dressing room that, you know what I mean, you ain't, you know, like we know like Kai Havertz could score 4 goals here and we could win 4-0. When the team's fully fit, Jesus will start. Do you know what I mean? Like that's where you're getting to with the manager. So of course the players are going to play because they're professionals. But how much incentive is there?
That's a good driver.
I think Martinelli too. Even in his poor form, he offers you that ball in behind. Like he stretches defenses out because of that threat in behind.
We often sometimes like when we play Liverpool, Trent is not able to. We don't really lose games necessarily because of Trent sometimes because
because
we have done. We have done
for Bobby to slot it.
We have done, but
and I also think
we have done.
And I also think he's done the pre-assist for Mo Salah.
We have done.
Mo Salah.
We have done, but at times Martinelli's running does push fullbacks back. He's an extra thing to have to think about.
I'll ask you both this question. Based on like where your teams are now, if you could bring back one legend to do something in this team or fit into this,
oh my God. TT,
we need goals.
Gerrard.
We need goals. That's easy.
Imagine Henry in this team.
Very good question. But at this particular moment,
Listen, Mascherano hype, bro. You sound like Sir Alex, bro. Remember that interview with Sir Alex? Like, what player from the Barca team would you like to have? He's like, Mascherano.
Yeah. He just looks for whoever kicks him the most, lad. That's him, lad.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Mascherano.
What you need is a 6.
Bro, but peak Fabinho is what you guys need.
Yeah, I would, but also Gerrard, like, because Gerrard is Gerrard.
I think a striker up front too, maybe
Robbie Fowler, lad.
Peak El Nino.
God. That's what he's known.
Mark Owen back in there, innit?
Robbie Fowler. Nah, for me, I'm a Scouser, lad. I want Robbie Fowler. I want all of the Scousers. Gerrard, Trent, Jones, fucking Fowler.
All the players who didn't win you any leagues.
Vibes, lad.
What are these two doing, man?
They're trying to get understanding it.
That's funny, that's a Mascherano.
Steven McManaman, lads.
He was picking for Spurs, surely.
Some of the stuff that's been online recently as well that we have to discuss. One of your midfielders who's had a lot of praise and a lot of discourse around him is Dominic Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
What have you made of a lot of the discussion around him in terms of his season so far?
I think it's accurate. He started really well. He came out of the gates and he looked brilliant, like he was going to be the next Zidane or something stupid. I'm only joking, obviously. But he's dropped off a little bit, and that's just because he's been a victim of his own success. It's what I said earlier about Jones setting a bar for himself, and now he has to play to that every single game. And it's not realistic to expect, how old is he, 23, 22, for him to do that every time. But I do.
So what's that, he's 22, 23?
Yeah, he's only a young kid, lads.
Wow.
And so, but what I do expect is he's very accountable and he's very responsible, lad. That's why he's captain of Hungary, and he drags them across the line so much. So I think he's done all right, lads, so far. Balanced. Do you think 7 out of 10?
I thought Szoboszlai was at 20.
Lads, everyone does this. Dom, all of it,
his name's been about for a while.
If they've got nice hair, then they're all right, lad, aren't they?
It's true. Apparently, he benefits from pretty privilege.
No, bro, I told people that from the start. I already knew from how people were talking about him, for how they didn't watch him. I knew something's going on here. Do you know what I mean? And then when I saw Set
Look
Man
at
putting him
Trent.
in his team of the year so far, I was like,
Yeah, at the time where I put him,
he's been grabbed.
What, he was trying to cook us the other day for our team of the season so far.
My team aged way.
Hold on, hold on.
It's
Cam, it could have aged perfectly. It's the team of the season so far.
Szoboszlai's, that was just my.
What are you talking, bro? He's talking about it aged well. That's not the point of a team of the season so far.
I'm just saying, I went back to
And that was the issue I had. It was literally
brilliant, man. That Jared Bowen cash money.
Stop. As we said, it's for the team of the season so
Right
far.
now.
So it's up to a certain point. I don't know why you're trying to go back on it 3 months later.
It could age like milk or it could age like wine. It don't matter.
Foresight with your picks too. You know who's gonna. You know what I'm saying? Foresight in the picks, man.
It's not team of the season in 3 weeks. It's not team of the season in 3 months. It's team of the season right now.
Cam just wants to be right.
You need to move into politics and out of you.
He's a politician.
He's the worst.
100%.
Unbelievable.
I don't believe him, but I believe him. Like it's all mad.
Great storyteller, like great narratives. Get in the tabloids, look.
You'll see, man.
There's Nunez with a free header just to slaughter him, but he doesn't because he's Nunez and that's what he does. Boss. And Klopp goes,
Nunez against Havertz for a header off. That's a bit mad.
I haven't said that though. We did have a debate about combined 11 for Arsenal and Liverpool, yeah. And Robbie and that were trying to put Havertz in front of Szoboszlai. I'm sorry, I'll definitely not do that. That's madness to me.
Wait, what was that? Sorry?
He put Havertz over Szoboszlai in the midfield as a combined 11. I was like,
Get up, bro.
No.
Hey, Nelson's playing alright though.
He's relishing in the chance, right? That's what you need to do when you get your chances.
This is why Arsenal fans get annoyed, because he is always busy. Even when he comes on for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, he is always consistently busy.
Doesn't look in control.
falling over him.
No.
Do you know what I don't like though? Yeah, when he comes on,
Touches bouncing off his shit.
it's like Arsenal try and run back that Bournemouth play so much. It's like it's happened. It's not happening again. Let him run at people. Don't sit to the edge of the box expecting to score.
That hit and hold, man. That shit ain't happening, bro. Come on. That's that Steve Kerr shit, bro. You got one moment, bro. It ain't happening again.
That final bit of quality is lacking.
No, it's not even quality. That's laziness.
That's all Berber, but not Tolman.
Oh, he's gonna put it.
Saliba, you look leggy there, didn't he?
I just seen something there.
Man was doing this with his neck and
That's how he runs, blood.
Those strides, I'm not too sure about that.
That wasn't he wasn't really doing the Rudiger. You know when Rudiger done it, he was doing it to take the piss. That wasn't Rudiger's one. He was struggling.
Oh, that was a good play there.
That was mad.
Go on, Harvey.
We're starting to grow into this.
Bad touch there.
Didn't realise Saliba was a slugger.
Yeah, Saliba was looking a bit leggy there, isn't it?
To be fair, isn't Nunez meant to be rapid?
Yeah,
He is.
Yeah, and Saliba's quick, but he's not quicker than Nunez.
Of the run, lad. The technique of the run. That was like redlining on the car, lad, when they can't rev no more.
You know when you're running for the bus, but you're carrying like loads of
JD bag on your back and that.
Still there, you're like, yo.
The shit can't fall out my bag.
What was it Fergie said once upon a time?
I think Jorginho could get a yellow card
I think you know
here.
that he said Henderson runs from the knee.
That is yellow. That's a yellow card.
But he's not getting a yellow for the foul. I think he's getting yellow for dissent because he told the ref to F off. So
The reason why they didn't sign him, they said they looked at him, but he saw that he runs from his knees. That doesn't have a good run.
It's fair though, isn't it?
I hear it.
Henderson did run like that.
Hold on. If Fergie tells me anything, I'm listening.
Do you know who actually had one of the maddest gaits in football, yeah? Gaits.
Yeah.
Gerrard. Watch the way Gerrard walks. He walks like a little penguin.
Slightly bowlegged. Slightly bowlegged.
He's got K-legs.
Yeah. But that's why he's
Just like
able to whip
Varane.
the ball.
Varane's are so bad. His are
Varane's flat-footed too, I think.
Good corner. Good cross, sorry.
All right, we know you caught the ball, mate.
Hey, Arteta! I got it,
He's convincing himself.
Poor Havertz, man.
The middle of the part today has not been. Still waiting for
no
people to go
quality
into the
from
game.
the
Yeah.
team, to be honest with you, lad. The only one that showed a bit of quality is actually Trent, in my opinion, lad. So far.
That was
and
decent.
Nelson.
Odegaard, I think, has been good, to be honest. I think his touches are really neat. Yeah.
Should have buried that chance, though.
Should have.
But
That was
he tried to roof it in it because he saw those bodies there, innit?
Yeah.
It was too much.
Speaking of FA Cup, though, your team got through. Nice little AF goal.
Handle business, man.
That was a bang.
Brilliant
That
goal.
was that's
Attacking football.
fullbacks. Come on, you should know. You had What's wrong with you, man?
I'm not cool enough yet.
It's only his first day here.
What are you saying about Pedro Porro, though?
Listen,
Because I'm seeing discussions, people saying
City to buy him back.
I was gonna say, you might not have him that long, bro.
Where you got him?
I've said he's comfortably for me. I think this season top 3. I think when you look at what he's been able to bring, bro, he's been like a weapon from fullback with his passing range. Some of the assists, the quality that have been on the crosses, the passes. He's an attacking outlet. Good God, Arsenal are balling.
Lay off.
One more.
Is there going to be a finish here? No, bodies are back. No chance. Bodies are back.
That's a nice move, though.
Great, much better.
But no, I think that goal.
Yeah, go on.
That goal is just a summation of kind of how his improvements have been this year. And I thought last year when he came in, he had those kind of games where you thought, defensively, can he be caught out? But listen, this season under Ange, massive improvements, and I think he's easily shown he's one of the best right backs in the league.
Do you know what I'd say about Porro?
Porro is one I definitely.
Do you know what I'd say about
him? I thought this guy. Who signed this guy? Wow, he's proving me wrong, bro.
I thought you had regular tendencies.
I don't think it's gonna be a regular thing.
Yeah,
it's
literally that. Get him away from Conte. Look at him all of a sudden, bro.
Paratici signings.
Hey, let him cook. Bellissimo, man. Bellissimo.
I think we've talked so much about Maddison when he was there, Basuma and Sarr, but I think the fullbacks under Ange have been so crucial to the way you guys play this season. Because it's not often that you see two fullbacks. They can do the inverted thing, but they can also like play
overlap
school attacking fullback.
Saka with the rash gimmicks.
I told you
I've seen it before, man. I see the same age as well. Rash started doing all this. And his first, after Rash's first big season, it started becoming the man.
I told you.
Then it was always.
I told you he's
doing, bro. It's always. Now I'm seeing Saka do it. Listen, deliver, please. The expectations are on you now. Don't do all of that. You know what I mean? I'm seeing it. Bro.
I told you, man's playing through injections and that. Blood. Rashford's brought nothing good to the Premier League apart from fraudulence, blood. Now it's catching, bro.
Look at
the influence having on the young players, blood. Nah, this is a joke. We need better role models, blood. No more red than that. No more red than that. I'm trying to hear all that. Serious.
The thing is, though, if I'm Saka, if he is actually injured, he should sit out because, bro, don't break your back for these because Rashford literally broke his back for this team, for everyone turn around and me included be like, yo, hold on, Rashford, you're looking like you might have to leave or whatever. That don't happen with Saka, man. Stay fit, man. Honestly, stay fit.
Why
the final pass was
great read there.
That
was great. Yeah, that was a great read.
But I'm not away from all banter aside. I think Saka and Ben White are both playing on injuries because we've got obviously injuries to other.
I like the way this right hand side is playing today though. This is giving me like throwback of last season, bro. Honestly,
but this is our starting right side.
No, but they've been starting all season, right? But the way they're connecting today is totally different. My
Trent,
Ben White has been poor for me a number of weeks.
I ain't seen you.
Okay,
get involved, please.
That was alright though, wasn't it?
Unorthodox, but we'll take it.
That's what he is, lad.
Yeah, it is Diaz. Yeah,
play through the lines.
Tasmanian devil, bro. Punch it, bro.
About 28 minutes played, still 0-0. If you're joining us, make sure you smash the like button.
500, man.
Listen, they better give us something because FCM watch along.
Exactly.
This season
we have pure goals.
Kind
of gone.
Goals.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Liverpool. Come on, we need goals.
McAllister, don't dwindle on the ball.
Don't dwindle. Has the commentator done it?
Havertz got finished.
Why are you so
goofy with it? He moves in slow motion, bro.
Yeah.
He moves in slow motion. Everything
you'll notice,
lethargic.
you four are shouting, innit? I'm the Arsenal fan, I'm relaxed. He's the Liverpool fan, he's relaxed. Because we know once that ball got... We had no faith. We had no faith that was in the goal.
It's coming onto your stronger foot. Take the shot.
But remember,
first
he's a man with no position. Like he's not a striker. He's not a centre mid.
It's not about position. He has no urgency to his game.
What I'm saying is he's not a natural striker to see like let me shoot the ball. He's not even a natural 10 to think let me set something up. He has no position.
You're giving him too much.
Yeah, I agree.
I remember when he's at Chelsea. The thing with Havertz, right, is obviously technical ability is there, but there's a lack of urgency.
Tech is not even always there.
No, but I'm just saying.
I'll be honest.
I think his lack of urgency also lets his tech down, bro. He doesn't.
Because if you're following through with something properly, you're gonna hit the ball properly. If you're just lackluster with everything, the only time I really see him put any sort of effort into something is when he's trying this aggression to run into someone. I need that application in your technique in what you're doing, please.
And then he just squares up to them and goes, I did something, lad. Like what Bruno Fernandes does when he wants to show a bit of passion, lad.
It's like,
I'm just going to kick someone.
Exactly. It's like, just follow through with stuff.
Liverpool haven't even been good. So Arsenal look like they're giving them their best shot. So Arsenal need to take advantage of these moments.
Eventually the crowd starts getting on your back too.
All it takes is one cross into the box and Liverpool can score whatever. Liverpool haven't actually been good so far.
Both of them though.
Definitely, they definitely need to.
We're coasting right now. We're just chilling, lads.
Liverpool.
Got a question for all of you actually.
It's like they're waiting for a goal to happen.
FA Cup
Genuinely?
weekend, there was Newcastle Sunderland game yesterday. I don't know if any of you saw any clips or anything from it. What did you think of the moment where the centre half was pulling Anthony Gordon's shirt?
Oh, great.
And he said, if you want out, give it to
Can
the
have it, lads, if you want it, lad. No
That's
problem.
decent. I'm seeing Anthony Gordon get bare hate for that.
Yeah,
but, bro,
yeah,
what? Do have people play football, bro? People say that at Sunday League level.
Yeah, I
like,
say that,
it's-
lads. I literally say to all the lads, you can have it, you know.
Yeah, that's normal, man. You know what I mean? Like,
That's just Twitter being Twitter.
yeah, man.
Literally, man.
Let him feel, like,
I just
let him
think
do it, like-
Gordon's got one of them faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he's a
everyone,
scouser.
yeah, he's got that Bruno. he's got that Bruno face and that. That you just look at it and people just think, oh, I just
It's,
don't like
it's a
him.
derby, man.
I mean,
These guys
I hate
don't we always complain that derbies nowadays they don't have
Yeah,
hatred in there?
That's
Yeah, bro.
proper.
That's the
proper.
opposite of the pretty privilege you're saying. So
Yeah.
Spot
It's the
on, lads.
opposite. It's the opposite.
hear it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what? Okay, let's flesh that out now. Like, if you have the opposite of pretty privilege, like, what are some of the things you have to deal with? People hating you for no reason.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
No, I think just in general you don't
People
get
taking
admiration,
longer to
bro.
rate you.
Yeah,
I always
Yeah, no, I fully agree.
Yeah, I mean-
I always said Pirlo
Sadio
only.
Mane. Sadio Mane.
No, bro, it's true.
Mane's not even bad.
I always said Pirlo only started getting his dues once he grew out the beard. People only started rating him once he grew out the beard.
That's true.
Bro. All of a sudden he grew up. He
Once
became a
started
good player.
drinking
He was
wine,
always
yeah,
that guy,
yeah,
bro.
It's actually facts.
All of a sudden now they want to see him drinking wine and doing all this stuff. Yeah, come on.
The thing is, like, if they see you as ugly, you have to play
Even
like
better.
that too. You
That's
see
why
Rooney,
Zidane is so
Rooney
good.
knew, I'm gonna play like my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a bull. I'm gonna be an animal. Do you know what I'm saying? He really could have come in.
shop.
Bro,
play
he
like
really
my
could have come in trying to be elegant and all that. Nah, we don't rate that shit. You know what I mean?
Let me have it.
Oh gosh.
No, fairs.
That's what makes Zidane legendary, honestly. Like
Do you
that
know
ball
what?
pass,
Drop in
lad.
drop in the comments. Actually, I want to know more players who look
The way
like
they play.
their playing style.
Yeah.
That is actually a brilliant.
Robbie Savage.
I mean, look at David Beckham.
Vinny
There's a
Jones,
grace-
bro.
Vinny Jones. Whips from Beckham. He looked like Beckham played like how he looked. You know what I'm trying to say?
Joey Barnes.
Oh, Vinny Jones is a great one.
Joey
Jones, that was
Barnes.
decent.
Oh, that's a
Joey
yeah.
Barnes.
Facts, Ben White.
Look like a
You
little
got
honourable
schooled there,
animal,
bro.
lad.
Yeah.
He was
Hey, don't let Barton.
Alright, Ben White just got schooled, bro. He's not gonna get there if the guy doesn't move out of his way.
great.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
This is so good.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Nah, he didn't get a
Nah,
nutmeg.
he went to the nutmeg.
No.
That's a yellow card, that.
I respect
And then
that
he's
from Ben
complaining
White.
that he.
I rate that from Ben White.
Oh, you rated from Ben
Yeah.
White? Why?
Because you just like kicking people.
You didn't get a nutmeg. You think you're gonna get past me?
So we've got some come through.
Well, so if
Someone-
he gets a nutmeg, he's allowed to get past
Hey,
it.
If he wants a
Rule
dog
number
before
one in
he is a
defending.
footballer,
You
lad.
take the man.
Yeah, that's him. That's his thing, bro.
One of the two. Either way.
He's a doggy before he is a footballer, lad.
Let's go through some of these responses. We've got
I like that one
Vidic.
straight away. Vidic for
Vidic
me.
definitely looks like zero tolerance.
Broken
Yeah.
nose to the
Zero
side.
tolerance.
Yeah. He epitomizes it.
My first football second.
Dirk
He looks like
Kuyt.
that's
Dirk
what-
Kuyt epitomizes how he plays, bro. Yeah,
Oh,
facts.
spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
You know
Dirk
what?
Kuyt, yeah, that's the new Jota, you know.
You
Dirk
know,
Kuyt,
along the
Jota's the new
lines of the
Dirk
Wayne
Kuyt.
Rooney
Yeah,
one,
facts.
Carlos Tevez.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
Tevez
Bulldog.
had to be like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be in.
Puyol's another great
Puyol's
shot.
whip that in
great.
for
That's
us,
an
Trent.
amazing shot.
Godin, yeah, all those like hard-nosed defenders, bro. Yeah. Pepe was never gonna be some like clean.
Roy
Opposite
Keane.
end of the
Yeah,
scale,
Roy
though.
Keane. Yeah.
Cruz.
Yeah, German
Yeah, he looks
efficiency.
like elegant, doesn't he, lad?
Crucial
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
elegant.
I'm efficient. My hair is
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Same boots for like 10 years.
Crispy whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's great shot. There's some really good. Henri's a good shot.
Henry.
Vavavoom, yeah, that Vavavoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
persona.
early days with the twist and everything, just sort of like I'm here for that.
Now, you see, I was going to say, yeah, it depends on what Henri.
Yeah.
It's got to be slaphead Henri with the gloves.
Which one? Yeah.
For me, someone like Neymar, you look at him, you know
You know
what
he
kind of
does
player he is.
straight-
If you saw someone who looked like Neymar come onto the pitch, like you know, he's never gonna be
I feel like
some.
Neymar is
Yeah,
an
sorts, yeah.
archetype for wingers.
Yeah.
Like, if I see you with tape, bright boots,
yeah,
Yeah,
spiky
yeah,
hair,
dodgy
yeah,
hairstyle.
yeah.
Looks like an EA
Wrist tape,
I know,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
you love Neymar.
Facts.
Do you know one
Oh,
as well?
no, what's that?
Definitely counts as one.
You got to
Oh,
look
yeah.
at Thingy as well. Inzaghi looked like how he played as well. Like yo, little rap behind me, like little rap boy. You know what I mean?
That's what he was, bro. Inzaghi was a rat, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You
Hakeem has sent in the
gotta
super
play like how
chat
you look, man.
saying that Martial plays like he hates the game.
You know what?
He does, lad.
hear it.
He just looks fed up all the time.
Shout out young Martial though, man. He's
Yeah.
a baller, man.
That's hilarious.
So, young Martial was a baller anyway. That's
Now those are some good shots, man. Really, really good shots.
Havertz offside, by the way, in my days. If he doesn't get offside, he's in there, lad, if he keeps himself.
If
I
he
think
had held,
Saka was trying to tell him to leave it.
yeah, I was saying if he held back, Saka would have been able to.
Nah, I ain't got that.
He was a monster, lad. He was a monster, bro.
Arturo Vidal as well. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Martin Skirtle is the one that you look at him, you know who the position he plays.
You know he's an Eastern European, and you know he's a centre back.
We need to bring back the Eastern European / is it that Mediterranean part of Europe centre half of the Premier League? They had a good run, you know.
Do you remember Vida?
Yeah. Vida and Lovren.
International tournament.
With that little
Ponytail.
ready to get busy.
Facts.
He was just ready to get
Facts,
busy.
bro.
What can Saka
Like,
do here?
this is where you got to be punishing. No, this is why I need a bit magic.
No moves.
No, the bag is no bag, innit?
Bro looked in the bag, said,
Nice, Odegaard, nice.
Arsenal, they can work some shots in these positions, nah? Or what do you think, Nick?
We can, but that intensity is what we've been lacking all season. Our movement of the ball and our getting into positions is not bad at all, but so often we're just not shooting. We just don't get enough shots. Why not? We're not mad at that. Techland Rice.
You're also
but
up
we just
against
don't
the
do
best
it.
goalkeeper in the world. So
Speaking about shots from outside the box, we had Loz on the pod, and he was saying that's something that Liverpool have utilised, even though Nunez may not be scoring goals. What he does is occupies so much nonsense in the box that he needs space outside for you guys to just let out shots, which was interesting when he said it.
You see, Szoboszlai is just like letting
just
them
then
go,
rip
Endo's letting them go.
Maher as well.
Oh, that was good.
Nah, it's true, man.
Is that Ben White against Jones?
No, it was Saliba.
Saliba, we're watching closely. You're wearing all white as well. It makes it easier to
Liverpool are
see.
losing the first and seconds a lot.
Yeah, which is out of character, to be honest.
They're losing the first and second, and I think it's obviously it's a midfield thing because not getting the ball to the attackers in dangerous positions at all compared to Arsenal.
Quick start.
The thing is, like, Dom is definitely a phenomenal talent. He is, but he does offer massive work rate as well.
This is where Saka needs to be deadly. Look,
That's poor, bro.
It is poor, but this is also. I like that.
That's where Saka needs to be punished.
Benjamin
White.
Because the thing is though, no, let's be honest though, like all season, what you always hear is, oh, they're doubling, they're tripling him. He's getting 1v1s here, and he's not doing anything.
Against Konza too.
Remember Mo Salah against some of the best Man City defenders? He got tripled up on, lad, skinned them all and slotted it, lad, in a big game. Doesn't count. Best get out of these situations.
No, I agree with you.
I don't know why doubling up has been such a discussion. Like wingers get doubled up. It's not a new thing.
No, it's not.
I've seen it my whole life.
What's Trent in this game?
Have you ever bought into that doubled up stuff? I'm like,
silly,
what?
Nah. Sometimes actually when you're kicking balls as a winger, it's easier if there's two because you can use free header. What I tell you? Header versus header. Havertz versus Nunez. I told you, 3 headers galore, and these man just can't put it on target. Can't put a header on target.
That's usually his bread and butter.
Yeah, you got to do
back
better.
Back post header is usually like on the back
Not
post
since he's been at our club. He's had some horrific. There's heading comps of him already. Early doors.
And the
It's
next
been 6 months.
next Van Persie. Hold on, he's not expected to bury that. Interesting.
12 to 1 shots, bro.
That worked for me.
Someone online.
12.
He didn't get that from me.
No names.
Allison, what are you doing there, lad? Don't get nervous.
Speaking of moves,
I think he just did it for the injury.
or Chelsea players moving about. Timo Werner to Spurs.
Fuad, how you feel about that? I haven't got your opinion on that.
Yeah.
That's a good signing.
Kevs loves Timo.
I can't lie to you. Do you know what it is? Is the idea of it? He's another threatening player. Uses his pace. I've already got that with Brendan Johnson. I've already got that with Richarlison. I've already got that with Solomon. I've already got that with Brian Gill. That already, I just mentioned you, are players that Ange has signed or kept and is looking to kind of build this attack around. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing enough goals in there. I'm not seeing enough to
Looks like a knee
really carry
injury
this
from
team forward, bro.
Constantly like he's picked up a little niggle.
It's a knee injury. Sorry, Fred.
Nah, all good.
Just as he's trying to
Fuad
control the ball.
Fuad loves talking about Timo Werner.
That's
his favorite topic.
Anywhere else.
Yeah, as he's gone to control the ball, his toes just gone into the floor and his knees kind
looks
of
like he's jarred
buckled.
it.
Yeah, he's jarred his
Hopefully he
knee.
can come back on.
To be fair to you, Fuad, I hear you, right? Like, I think he's one of those players that, a bit like Nunez, he's going to stretch the fences. He's always going to be a threat. He's always going to be in like high XG. But I always say with like him, it's almost like, is the idea better than the reality with Timo Werner? Like, if only he finished those chances. But at the same time, I feel like for where you guys are at, and it is only a 6-month deal, I think you could do worse, to be honest with you.
For a loan, it's not that bad.
That's decent business for me.
I think for a loan, okay, cool, it's not bad, but is it really what is going to push the needle? I just look at our last maybe 3 January windows, and I look at Porro last window. The one before that we got Kulusevski, Bentancur.
Yeah.
The one before that we got Bergwijn, and he was really a spark plug to that second half of that season. I'm like,
let's see. Maybe he can.
Maybe he
replicate
could
that,
be that. But I'm like, we've already seen what he can do at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's gone back to RB Leipzig and lit up the
he's been
league
poor
exactly.
for Leipzig.
He's been bad.
Ever
for
since Nagelsmann has been gone.
So it's the thing where for me it's like, all right, now
I think that's a foul. Though,
we're almost taking too much of a gamble, in my opinion.
I think that's very similar. I think that's very similar to the. That's very similar to the.
Gone.
So you see the Ben White one. Other than the push, was that the difference then?
I mean,
Ben White stood his ground.
Ben White for me was more like, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Saka
yeah.
for me runs into
Curtis Jones because he skinned him.
He skinned him and then he pushed him.
Ben White was moving like a bodyguard there, bro. McAllister is just like happens to be there.
That's good play by Declan there.
It's good feet from Ødegaard as well.
Ben White was more like, the only one of the ball or you are getting past me.
That.
That was just like from you were just there.
Look, that's why Saka can't use, or anybody. It's not Saka using the excuse, but to what Cam's is saying, just there's Declan Rice. He's a DM. He's got 4 Liverpool players around him, and he finds a way to find the ball. That's football. That's what it is.
Arteta's never heard of doubling up before, lad. Fucking hell.
Tell you what, speaking of Saka, because you went down earlier, what did you make of your club speaking to the authorities and saying that we need more protection?
I said the authority.
Protect
our boy.
Mom!
I think obviously it swings and roundabouts, and everyone's got their tricky winger that they feel that they get clamped a lot. I don't watch all the games. I do feel that he gets clamped a lot, but I can't put that against how much other teams' wingers get clamped, because maybe I'm not watching their players as much. So I don't, you know what I mean?
He's number 2.
Going over
He's
people's
third.
heads as well.
He's third.
So what about we all seen it? What about 2 and 1? Why aren't they moaning, lads?
But also 1 and 2, that could be in terms of numbers, but that's not necessarily, that could be more fouls, but that's not the same as necessarily being clamped. It depends on the nature of the fouls as well. So you could have a player that gets 100 really soft fouls, and then there could be a different player that gets 60 savage clamps. Not all fouls are the same.
Them too hard,
that's not what I said.
You're going
that's
too
not
hard,
you're
be softer.
You must be talking to someone behind me.
What are you talking
that's
about,
not what I
bro?
said.
Oh.
That's not what I said.
It's exactly what you said.
Not all fouls are equal, right?
Oh.
Not all fouls. It's not complicated. What I'm saying. Not all fouls are equal.
Also, but by what you're saying,
I didn't defend their actions. I was just saying, not all fouls are equal.
You know what you said.
Not all fouls are equal.
Let's be clever about it, lad.
Not all fouls are equal, innit? Not all fouls are equal. That's all I'm saying.
Quanta looks okay now.
Liverpool are just coasting, really and truly. Wow.
And you mentioned it in the build-up. They've not got like a plethora of options on the bench.
This guy's confident, man. Honestly.
Yeah, he is.
Boss, isn't he, lads? He's genuine.
I mean, if you watch Van Dijk,
look at
commentator's curse.
Confidence high. Is it going to cost them?
No urgency. See what I'm talking about? Everything's just
Kai
lethargic.
Havertz.
Why do you take it? If it was
Because
like,
he's
it's so
lethargic
wide, like
and no much urgency to it.
Do you know what's mad about it? Kanate went on his inside and be like, just let him have it. And then he went out to him, lad.
Yeah, get me a striker, man. It's January, man. What are we doing?
Well, Ivan Toney scored a hat-trick and...
Yeah, he's playing against kids, bro.
Yeah, still. Yeah,
Do you know what I love the most about his that's what he didn't even take.
Well done, he's 13.
Well done, he's 13. You're who? You are. Touch wood. But you are.
So we've got some more super chats. Makeshift Eli has said, I think Werner with space and time to finish like Johnson has will look completely
How much
different
time, though?
to a defensive Chelsea Werner. Let me tell you, that
90
may be
minutes.
true, but boy.
Timo Werner is not a good buy.
Those type of players, if they've got too much space,
Nice
to
turn.
that's a great turn.
Gakpo.
I have it.
Right!
Yeah, nice.
That's the hazard. We've got
It's announced,
Jorginho.
it's Trent!
I thought that was in.
Second time he's hit the bar against Liverpool, against Arsenal.
Wow.
Wow, that was brilliant from Gakpo, though.
Yeah,
That's really
great play by
from
Gakpo. That's why he's playing in that position.
Oh my days.
Just a little too much backspin. Just a little bit too much backspin.
You knew it was coming, though.
Yeah.
As soon as he got it, he was like, yeah, hit it.
Ah, damn.
Ramsdale was going to say he had that covered, but that was a great strike. Had it covered. We've got another one. Masum says, Doyle, calm down or Arsenal will complain to the PGMOL.
Sorry, lad. Yeah, sorry. Don't.
Did anyone see the VAR decision in the Everton Palace game, any chance?
No, what happened?
It's the worst VAR. You know, we've said VAR has been bad this year. The referee's been bad. It's the worst decision I've ever seen in football in terms of VAR.
Worse than
Really?
Liverpool getting
Worst.
a completely legitimate
Was it
goal
for
as
a
well.
Worst. It was a red card to Calvert-Lewin. So he's won a header.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Worst decision ever. He's won a header.
Madness, lads.
Always come down. and then he's gone. You know, that's the classical, like, I call it the Booker T challenge, where you kind of spin a Rooney and you drag the ball through. He's done that. He's not even made any contact, and they've given him a red card for it.
Jesus.
Even the other team, maybe I think it was Anderson, was like, that was harsh. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he was like, that was harsh.
Yeah, we've come to a place where the referee and VAR is just.
Liverpool got a soft pen the other day against Newcastle, lad. It's just mad. It is mad. That's what's happening.
Oh my days.
Soft pen.
Yeah, that was crazy. But
You just got to hope it balances out now.
but it does balance out for me. That's the one thing I've said about VAR. Like, people talking about conspiracies and it's always us. Every team in this league has had numerous awful calls from VAR. Like,
Which is the same as it would be without VAR, right? It would be swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, which isn't to say like, let's just not like. I think it's right that managers come out and like talk about how bad the decisions have been. But I don't like when fan bases start kind of like acting like it's only specific to their
No,
club.
it's fair.
Every club in this league this season has been screwed over.
Also, a lot of these decisions that are made by VAR are subjectional, so you can't say
There you
right
go.
or wrong for any of them, really.
Or like yours, really.
Just offside, and that's why the offside for Liverpool against
so
Tottenham.
egregious, bro.
That's like
It's black and white. It's yes or no. It's not.
That's just incompetence now. What he's doing, guys. Like,
Yeah.
be better at your job, please.
Got another super chat that's come in. It's from AD. It says Nico Jackson is 3 goals away from matching Timo Werner's Chelsea Premier League total. He's played 37 less games. Cole Palmer is 2 away. He's played 46 games less. Yes.
Madness.
That was brilliant
Yes.
from your ball boy then.
That
That was
was-
absolutely brilliant.
Our
from
ball
you.
boy's
Guess
been doing
what,
it all
though?
game, but it was
guess
also
what?
a
Timo
foul
Werner
throw.
Actually contributed to trophies.
He did.
Nico Jackson, Palmer, what they contributed to so
they've
far?
only been here a
10th,
few months,
10th.
bro. They've only been here a few months. What?
The politicians, the politics.
Oh man,
The
that's
politics.
what happens.
Let's-
When Cam likes a player.
Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. That's all
Is that
I'm
one?
saying.
Is that a foul for you?
Huh?
Yeah, that was a foul.
I just checking.
That was a foul.
What, so
asking, I
Kai Havertz contributed to a
Just
trophy
more
for them
than
too.
that.
Double
You like to
check
play a
it.
contact
I'll
sport.
just
That's
check it.
You, bro. Win them the Champions League. You win them the Champions League, bro.
Trophy hype, bro. That club is too legendary to be giving trophies to Kai Havertz. Bro.
Chelsea too legendary.
Yeah, they got too many legends to be giving trophies to Kai Havertz, bro. Oh,
They didn't give it to him. He won it,
statues.
man. He won it.
Huh?
He won it. They didn't give it to him. He won it.
They giving statues to anyone if they give
And
it to
then
Kai
did
They need a little bit of Jota. They need Jota to
Yeah.
hit right now.
That's it, lads. Half time.
Half time. We're
time.
going in that.
Why is he taking his captaincy band off?
At. Because he's got red on it. Half time.
Too tight.
Both teams have failed to score. We've had crossbar hit by both sides, haven't we?
Yeah.
So far, a bit of a cagey affair. Arsenal have been in the ascendancy for the most of it, but Liverpool have had a little spell here and there. I think at one point it was 14 shots to 1 shot, which was crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
but having said that, probably one of the chances that there was about 6 different shots, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
it's a
also
flurry.
some Havertz shots, which shouldn't really be registered as a shot, so... But yeah, they have been better. They have. Which you
Wait.
expect.
Nick, in terms of like the performance, you've mentioned that this is what you've been wanting to see.
Yep.
Does it build you with any confidence that you might be able to stop this 2-game losing rot?
We can stop the run for sure. We can, like you said, we've been in the ascendancy. I think that we should win the game. If the game's played again like this in the second half, we should go on and win it. But for me, we're seeing again that we need a striker. We've got an injury to Gabi Jesus. We desperately need a striker. Whether that's Vlahovic, whether that's Ivan Toney, I don't know. But Saka is getting into good spaces. Nelson's getting into good spaces. They're looking up and there's nothing in the box to hit, which is meaning that they're going to have to. They can't really deviate or switch up their play at all. They're going to have to run at the defender, try and take them on because there isn't really a lot to create. Or they're going to cut it back to Ødegaard. That becomes very, very obvious and repetitive. So we need a little bit more of a target man in there that can cause problems in the box. And the build-up play to get shots off is good, but then the shots have been poor from pretty much, apart from that Ødegaard shot, which you could argue is also poor because he hit the crossbar and not necessarily a shot on target from inside the box, but there are a lot of bodies in front of him. But Havertz is, we're seeing again, this is what Havertz has been for us all season, apart from 2 or 3 goals that he scored, for everything good that he does something bad that balances it out. So it's, it's a difficult one.
I'm a firm believer that he's at his best when he's crashing into the box. I feel like if the ball's coming into him and then he's having to pick a spot and everything, you just need him attacking spaces.
He's at his best there in terms of his goal scoring threat.
Yeah.
But then if he's a late running number 8, you lose a hell of a lot in midfield.
Yeah.
Maybe although I think we saw Gakpo absolutely cook Jorginho, and I think Jorginho is also struggling a little bit with the legs of the game. He's not looked terrible, but there's a couple of times where there's a lot of young legs around him, and he's struggling to keep up with the pace of the game. So potentially Havertz slipping back into that 8 position, Martinelli coming on, Nketiah coming on, someone who's maybe Nketiah before Martinelli, someone who's more of a natural number 9 that can occupy that space. I don't know. That's something that I would definitely look at. But the build-up play's been good.
I feel like Liverpool still have gears. to go though.
I
don't feel like they've
absolutely
actually gotten out of second gear at all. And it's almost, as I said before the game, Arsenal's to kind of lose. They've had kind of most of the attacking chances. You still feel like there's a few more subs they could probably make off the bench as well. But it will just depends on how they really react second half, because the last thing you want to do is have all those chances missed. And all Liverpool really need is 1 or 2 chances. Jota comes on, we've seen in the past 2 or 3 games, all that brother needs is 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Cracking.
Give me 2 chances and I'll guarantee I'll bag 1. Darwin Nunez, who knows? It might be today. It might be today, grandma. Do you know what I mean? So you never know, bro. But I think Arsenal definitely first 10, 15 minutes, they have to come out and almost blitz them and get that 1 goal straight away.
So how are you feeling? Because like for Liverpool side, that's not typically how you see your team play.
Yeah, it's also not a bad performance either. It's one of them. We've come to the Emirates. We're playing a weekend side. They're huffing and puffing, but they're not blowing the house down. I'm pretty happy with that. Every chance that they've had, we've sort of swamped them out because they're taking 1 too many touches every single time they get in the final third. So I'm not really like, honestly, I'm usually a really passion merchant. That's what I usually am. And I jump up and down on that. But to this game, lad, it's not really exciting me to sort of doing anything really. And Arsenal aren't scaring me either, and Liverpool aren't really getting me going.
I would love for some second half goals to mix up a bit. I mean, when we've done takeovers, we've had the Chelsea Spurs game. What's the other game we had?
United Chelsea as well.
We've had a few blockbuster affairs. I mean, we've got something coming soon as well. Believe that.
This will be different in the Prem, though. This game will be a completely different affair in the Prem, and I think it's absolutely evident what this game is right now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with it. I feel like we could still win this game, genuinely. I don't think it's been completely dominant by Arsenal. I think they've been the better team, which I expect, but not overly.
They've not capitalised on what they've had anyway.
As long as Havertz stays at the top, lad, we're all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, touch wood, because he'll score now.
Exactly.
I get clips, so...
I think you look at it as well. Arsenal have the much better bench. That's the thing. So Liverpool, as we said, a bunch of youth players and Jota. So really and truly, I think at this point, Arsenal, you've seen in the first half, Liverpool are very disjointed. You know what I mean? They're just, Arsenal's press has been good. Liverpool are just kind of hanging on in there. So I think in the second half, but you saw with that one moment from Trent, you know what I mean, the one little breakthrough, Trent almost scored. So Arsenal can't sleep, but at the same time, I mean, you're looking at the bench, Martinelli's on there, Smith Rowe. They should be making an impact and winning this game, honestly. Like, I don't really see Liverpool playing with that fire that they normally would. You know what I mean? They're just kind of coasting through. So yeah, I think Arsenal have to go and win this game.
We're almost letting you have an opportunity today. I'm not saying that we're letting you go. We're not going to let you win, but we are giving you an opportunity with the team that we've played and the way that we're playing today.
What you got.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, lads.
No,
there you
for
go.
sure.
Test my chin if you can.
It's what Fuad said. We are sort of in gear 1, gear 2. We've still got a few more shifts to go, and I do think what Cam said. So as soon as a goal goes in, I think you'll see a different Liverpool, a responsive, reactive Liverpool. But this one right now is just like, go ahead, play your game, lads. We'll take you back to Anfield and we'll smoke it. So that's what it feels like.
I think that shot hitting the crossbar right before halftime is almost like could be
Warning
the wakening up of almost, you know what? These men have had all these shots, but with 1 or 2 drives up the pitch, like Gakpo literally just took the ball, went past 2 guys, popped it to the right. So
great turn.
Yeah, no, incredible. But let me just read out some of these chats as well.
Possession, Sam, 53, 47, lad. That's all right. That's
13 attempts to 2. That's a bit
that's not all right.
But again, we've got the shots. 13 shots, 5 on target. You guys, none on target, but it's still 0-0. So do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like that. It does feel like we're in the ascendancy a bit, but those numbers are still surprising. You don't look at that game and think, "Oh, Arsenal are absolutely dominating this." Not at all.
I usually feel so much anxiety before these games, lad, and I have none. I don't know why. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just
you're thinking about it.
I ain't gonna say I got bigger fish to fry.
And you won the FA Cup, what, two seasons ago?
Yeah. For me, I had genuinely just all I'm focused on is the Premier League, and I still don't think we're necessarily going to win it. I really don't. Even though we're top of the league, 5 points clear, I still think, of City, I still don't think we're going to win it.
PTSD, man.
I have, lad. I've got trauma, honestly.
Yeah, you can probably hear like footsteps in the back of
I always hear, don't shoot
Vinny.
Don't shoot Vinny, lad. That season, right? That season, right? There was 15 games left of the season, yeah. And Liverpool and City had to go on and win every single one. Between them was only 1 point. And do you know what happened, lad? They won all 15. And guess what? So did we, lad. And we lost on 97 fucking points, lad. Yeah. Do you know how much pain that is? That's why I got so frustrated with them last season, yeah. Because they were like, we're pushing that Man City, we're doing this and then let City win on their lowest points tally in the last 7 years, lad.
Pep
What
said,
are you talking about, bro?
Pep said 2 more games to win the league. They didn't have to play another one.
Yeah.
For Arsenal to give
It was
to
just,
them.
and so like they are a great team. Arsenal, no disrespect to the team. This Arsenal team is a great team to watch, and it's great. It's definitely a top 4 team. But I've seen the levels that City and Liverpool have hit: 97, 98, 99, 100 points, lad. These teams are formidable world beaters, the best in the world, not in England, the world, lad. And so I just don't see that with this Arsenal team right now. I still think they're great, but they're just not there. They're not world beaters. I couldn't see you go to Real Madrid and smoke them, lad. But and I couldn't see Liverpool either.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But I could see City doing it. I could see City beating anybody on this planet on their day.
The difference is last season I could see, like, if it's a 2-legged game, I could see us on last season's performances going there, grinding out maybe a 1-0 or even a 0-0 and bringing it back to the Emirates. This season I wouldn't even see that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You go there and you're thinking, this is scary hours. Do you know what I
He's
mean?
a great, like, he's a boss, lad, but you just haven't got that. I don't know what it is, lad. I've seen it. I've seen the levels, lad, and it's just not there yet. Yeah. It isn't, but it's definitely a team that I think is going to win trophies. This Arsenal team is going to win trophies.
Speaking of trophies, of course, this is the manager that won a trophy in his first season. We had Turkish on a few weeks back, and I asked him, like, what happens for Arteta if it doesn't go the way he wants it to go this year? The battle for the top 4 is heating up. The Premier League, a lot of people are thinking that City are going to win the league. I mean, if it didn't go right today, you guys could be knocked out of this tournament. Like, what would happen if a situation arose that Arteta didn't win a trophy this year and maybe didn't even finish in top 4?
I think he'd have to go. I think that even if with all the excuses, you know, maybe there's a tiny excuse for injuries. We were in January now. We see what they do in the transfer window. Last season, I do feel that we lost it. I know people say we bottled it, and I don't disagree, but I do think that we had 2 set targets we wanted in January. We didn't get either of them, although the targets that we got were pretty good replacements. But for me, yeah, I think that, you know, you'd have to look at him and say, you know what, you've got the team into a really good spot, and actually there are managers out there that can take what we've got here to the next level.
Do you know what I heard someone say? And it proper made me laugh, and it is sort of coming to fruition. If this happens, what you just talked about, where you don't get the league and you don't get any cups or whatever, it's like, he's your Brendan Rodgers. I can't remember who said it. Someone said it, but they were like, Arteta is Arsenal's Brendan Rodgers. But the problem is, if you let this man go, you ain't got a Jurgen Klopp somewhere that's going to come, lad. That's the lucky part for Liverpool. We got an unbelievable manager, one that will go down in this club's history.
That's what the club should be doing now. I think we're awful and super non-proactive at this type of thing. Looking at,
there's no, like,
yeah, but I mean that's not.
I don't think it's
that's not
proactive for the club to not be looking at
for
Arteta.
another manager.
It's too early to even be talking about.
But I'm saying generally, whether that's with managers, whether that's with players, remember this is a club that Arteta came and interviewed for the job before we got Emery.
Yeah.
Then we got Emery, and then 18 months later, 2 years later, we went and got Arteta again. This is.
No,
I
get what you mean, but it's different in the sense that when it was City, they always knew that Pep Guardiola is going to be our man, and we're building up to this, and we're building this infrastructure that when he comes, he's the crowning jewel, and we take over. Whereas with Arsenal, it's not been that. So like, unless maybe there's been this one guy who's been cooking, I don't know, in South America that they're finally going to get. It's a bit of a different scenario.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Arteta, it's so hard because ultimately we always talk about the level you set. We spoke about players. The level you set is what you're looked upon. He came in saying that he wants to change the culture. He's 4 years in. Last year he competed for a title.
Hey, my boy Matt Smith. Real men right there, bro. Doing his thing at Wrexham now, man. Legend right there, man.
He shouldn't. Arsenal would never. Till last season, people didn't think Arsenal should have been there.
Yeah.
So now you're in and around this new space that you're then having to sort of grow with.
That's the credit that he has to the bank. He's won a trophy, and that's the argument that people put forward to defend him, is that you wouldn't be. Well, you can't say you wouldn't because you don't know what would happen, but you may not be in this position were it not for him. But there are managers out there, like maybe an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is another, the one that I thought of when we first got Arteta. I said he might not be a Zidane and go win a bunch of trophies. He may be, this before we'd seen any ball kicked, he may be a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the time I was looking at United and going someone that can just be a transitional manager.
I think you lot are panicking. You lot are panicking. You lot are panicking. You're panicking.
No. I said this is before he started. This is before he started. So now he's the guy that's got us to this place. He's won a trophy, and like you say, if there's not somebody better out there, then
it's too early for me to even be thinking. I think it's too early for Arsenal fans to even be thinking, oh, could there be
Arteta? The question was outside the top 4 and no trophy.
Oh, okay. That's a disaster. That's a disaster.
Of course, but like that's not even for me. That's not even a realistic thing.
I'm not afraid of that happening. To be clear, I might come to regret that later. But do you know what I mean? That was the question that was.
What trophy do you think they're going to win then?
This season.
He's saying probably he's going to say outside top fours.
No, for me, I'm not even looking at them in terms of trophies. I just think that this season, no matter, obviously if they miss on the top four, that's a different subject. But even if they don't win a trophy this year, I think Arsenal should stick with Arteta. I believe so.
Because they're not, like I said, that's exactly my point that I made before. You're not going to go out and find another Jurgen Klopp lad or a Pep Guardiola. They're not there.
And for them, I'm sure their hope is that this is their Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
this is their Guardiola. Yeah.
Like, who could actually, Eddie Howe, Emery lad, even come
on. To be fair though, like I always, when people say like, oh, what player can we sign or what manager, there's always going to be one out there. Like who? Not saying Spurs have turned it around, but Ange came from nowhere. Do you know what I mean? No one was. If you had said
Arteta himself had no managerial CV when he came.
Himself, people can. There's managers that will pop up.
I just
don't.
But having said that,
they're just waiting.
There's a part of me that doesn't think Arteta is where you need to go, if that makes sense. So the reality is Liverpool and City have dropped off in quality. They have. And so while your surgence is happening now, it's thanks to Liverpool and City dropping off, as well as Chelsea, as well as United. So you're finding your team now in a bad patch for the rest of them. And when they catch up, that's when it's going to be, okay, is this a good team? Is this a good manager? Because you don't know. And so when it comes to next season, that's when you'll find out, I think.
I mean, maybe.
Like, who would you
I hadn't even thought about names to replace it.
There isn't. Eddie Howe, Emery again.
Eddie Howe and Emery for me are not upgrades right now on Arteta at this current moment. Not in my opinion. I don't think Eddie Howe comes in and does a better job than Arteta.
I think Emery's a better manager than Arteta.
I think there's different jobs for different managers.
I do, but I still think that Emery is a far superior tactician than Arteta, without a doubt. I think if you took him into an Arsenal team now with this team, he might do well.
Far superior, I might disagree with you, but I think Emery is not great with like man management at top clubs. Do you know what I mean? I think we're dealing with certain players, certain egos. Emery's great when everything's going great. If you give him a group of players that listen and that are amenable and that respect him and all that kind of stuff, then yes, he's an unbelievable tactician.
So actual professionals, you mean?
Yeah, but that's it's 2024.
Would you not argue that Arteta, not that he can't deal with big egos, but he literally looked at change room and said, I need people that are going to align with what I want to be, and he got rid of some of the elder statesmen and the people that didn't fall into it.
No, I agree with that, but I don't even think Emery's that strict. I think Emery's more likely to try and make it work.
I believe too. There's certain clubs, in my opinion, that have a responsibility to kind of respect the way that they've always played. Like Barca, I think Arsenal are definitely in that conversation. I think Emery. I've said it on DR. I said that I think Arsenal fans have this whole thing with Emery and that it's becoming a bit cringe every time he loses the game. They look at him. I still think that both parties moved on for a reason. I wouldn't go back.
Have no ill will towards Emery.
I wouldn't go back
fans
to Emery
that dislike Emery are cringe. He came in, did his best, and it didn't work out. He never disrespected.
I don't think Arsenal is a club for Unai Emery.
No, I agree. I do agree. I just think that he's a better manager than Arteta.
Tough acts to follow as well, no?
Well, Wenger. Yeah, of course. It's impossible act.
De Zerbi
would be an interesting hire. I'm not confident.
De Zerbi almost getting like a step up on what he has at Brighton.
But that's an Arsenal coach for me in terms of.
It is, but also he concedes every single game that he plays. Like
that's very Arsenal, though. That's very Arsenal. That's very Arsenal. Yeah, 100%. For our fans in our club, we would take that you score 1, but we score 3. We'll take that.
I mean, that's what we're doing right now at the moment. So.
Plus, I mean, you look at the player quality too. I mean,
he would be coming into a very good defensive base.
Declan Rice, it's not bad.
It's coming into a very good defensive base as well.
The thing is, any changes with all these new managers and stuff, who says they like these players anyway?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
any manager that doesn't like William Saliba, though, I can't lie.
No, but I'm saying like he might see a completely different vision for the team. Do you know what I mean? He might have Saliba, but he might not fancy Gabriel. He might not fancy Zinchenko. He might not fancy Ben White. He might not fancy.
He came out.
Declan Rice. Who knows?
We're off for the second half.
He said that De Zerbi wasn't. He said that João Pedro wasn't a player that he looked at, even though he was. But
that's the Brighton machine. That
João Pedro, that guy's a proper player, man.
Listen, man, Chelsea went into buying for 40 million before he went Watford.
Hasn't he got the most goals outside of Salah and someone else?
João Pedro.
Yeah, he's third.
João Pedro has the most goals.
He's got all comps. He's got behind Salah and Haaland.
Oh, because Europa League, he's going crazy.
Yeah, he's got 14 goals this season, I think.
I think it's 5 goals and 6 appearances in Europa League.
He's feasting on Ajax, bro. That's why.
I mean, he's doing it for Brighton. It's not like he's doing it for a top team. To be scoring in the Europa League,
Not true. Fair play to him.
We
But
call them a top team in Liverpool because we can never bloody beat Brighton, la.
yeah, they own you guys.
Yeah, they do, la.
They own us too. Let's not get it twisted.
But when we beat Newcastle all the time, they're the top side, and for some reason, even when they're much better than us, we still beat them somehow. Nunez scored 2 goals in the 97th minute or something, and they were refined finishers. That doesn't happen.
There was a point with us in Swansea at one point where Swansea just had our number.
Crystal Palace and Man City. There's another one, lads.
Exactly. Yeah. Everton as well. They used to be that team. For
Everton with Arsenal. Everton with Arsenal. They used to be that.
Blackburn used to be that back in the
West Brom.
back in the day as well.
We could not beat West Brom or Bournemouth for the life of us.
Arsenal, who was it for them? Swansea, I remember, had a period against them. Jefferson
Stoke.
Montero every time.
It
We
used to
lost
be
a couple
Everton.
seasons to Sunderland back
What about
to back.
Stoke? Stoke used to get
Yeah,
Stoke.
Stoke. Yeah,
Stoke?
they used to
Or
like,
did you guys used to beat Stoke?
We beat them, but we would just cry about it afterwards. It's just the style of football I think we didn't like.
I remember when you come to Liverpool, you could never beat Everton at Goodison, lad, ever. In fact, we're in it like 23 games that you didn't win in Merseyside, Everton and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Too far up north.
We're going to need some goals in this game. It's going to need to get lively.
Come on, boys.
We can't be doing short passes.
Ramsdale,
to
can you make a
Jorginho.
mistake?
Ramsdale is.
No. I told you,
It's
Arsenal
coming.
haters.
Ramsdale and Darwin
Come on,
Nunez. They're
boys.
the ones giving us excitement.
tell you now,
Keep smashing the
see
likes as well.
Havertz.
Yeah.
Nearly up to 1,000. Well, we're on 600 at the moment, but let's try and get that to
Havertz
1,000
is like a
before the end of the
lightweight
streak.
One
bully.
of them
like-
dark hearts, lad. I
He's
swear
like
down.
a
What's this?
lightweight. But
Oh no, wait. That's Kanate.
No, look at the delayed fall. That was the
Yeah, it was
nasty
delayed
bit they
forward,
should
but
have
also
shown.
that
Yeah.
was Kanate fouling him.
Nah,
To be fair.
play on.
Don't go anywhere, bro. Don't go anywhere.
Havertz a bit of a lightweight bully. Like he'll bully anyone that's like
He ain't
smaller
no
than him.
bully. He ain't no
but
bully, man.
he's not a
Havertz
bully. I
bully.
mean, like dark arts bully. Like
He ain't got no
he'll try
control.
bully man that's smaller than him.
He's a lad that
private
knows
school bully.
nobody's going to punch him when he
Facts.
starts on them
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's a professional footballer and
Facts.
no one's going to do nothing to him, lad. If he was in the street, lad, he definitely wouldn't say nothing, lad. He'd get in his little car.
Straight. I love it. You ain't wrong.
Havertz looks like he plays as well. I don't know if we said that earlier. He just says dopey, bruv.
Bro.
Well, didn't he say his favorite animal was? Didn't he say his favorite animal was a donkey?
Yeah. He's
There
got
you go.
pet donkeys, innit? He's got.
There you
He
go.
has.
He's got Animal Sanctuary.
Havertz has got donkeys.
Yeah, he's got Animal
No, he
Sanctuary.
doesn't.
It's
Why is
like
he
you ever
doing
see
that?
women when
Nah, see,
or
no,
some
look,
girls when
I'm
they buy
abstaining.
cats, they start looking like cats.
I'm abstaining.
I was at.
When what?
One dude, they be animals.
Oh yeah, for
animals,
sure. You
and they
start looking at your
They
pets.
start looking like their pets.
yeah,
like
yeah.
dudes by snakes. All of a sudden they start, I'm a snake. Well, I'll tell you, have a sort of donkey. There you go.
That's why I was like, no way he's keeping donkeys, lad.
Let me
The
not lie
king
to
of
you, yeah?
donkeys.
Arsenal are going to be in big trouble if they bought a dog called Win and put this dog in a training ground and they don't win shit. Arsenal are going to be. I swear to you, I'm going to be there.
They're gonna have to put him down.
Last season.
These
Nah,
man
don't even make those jokes.
they're giving you emotional
Yeah,
support
XL
dogs,
bully.
lad.
Yeah.
Literally an emotional support dog. They're trying to do anything to build this mentality, and we'll get you a
can't
dog
lie
for
to you.
Christmas, lad. We'll get you a dog.
I love the dog as well.
Training week out. Wind comes out, and they start playing. What's it? You never walk
Yeah,
alone
yeah,
in
on the
that
little
training.
speakers and that. And Arteta's like this going.
Yeah, how about some tactics, man?
It should be a goal.
I tell you now,
defending from Gomez.
Joe
Joe
Gomez.
Gomez.
Joe
Was
Gomez
good
has been
defending.
excellent, bro.
That was
Excellent
good defending.
defensively.
It's a good run from Saka. Good defending as well.
That's pace on Joe, that. Proper pace.
Look at that.
He's a
Look at
yard
Arsenal
behind
going
him,
route
lad.
one.
Swing of the hips
Yard
right there.
behind him.
Agility.
I've got to say, the Liverpool medical team have done wonders, man.
Back on
How they
track.
fixed
Honestly.
2 different knees.
Yeah.
That mofo.
How they fixed 2 different
Poor
knees.
lad, honestly. The poor lad was at the peak of his career, lad, and then just got riddled with injuries. It's proper sad to see, like. So that's why I'm so happy for
gonna
him to be
shoot.
back.
Oh.
That deflection.
Yo, he's trying to score, you know.
Ain't no deflection.
Getting closer.
Ain't no deflection, bro.
And you could see that from here.
No.
I was just asking, lads. That's the question.
No. On the real, Liverpool's medical team, because obviously we don't have to go into it, but the whole asthma pump thing, they fixed Van Dijk's knee, they fixed Gomez's knees.
Sir David, can you please Cam, Sir Dave, can you please replicate?
These man. Look for anything in it, lad. Look for anything.
Sir David. He's come from
You-
sacking,
hey.
right?
Yeah,
You know what
that's
happens
why.
in
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sir Dave, please replicate.
All of your team can have a little asthma pump if you want as well, lads.
Yeah,
No problem.
we gonna need that.
Was it Livestrong?
What were they saying? What was KV saying, Cam? The minor.
The marginal gains.
Marginal gains.
That's
We need-
Sir Dave's line. Marginal gains.
We need those marginal gains, bro.
It's the truth, man.
Who are we marginally gaining on, lads? It's definitely not United, because if that's a margin, lad, it's a big one, lads, you know what I mean?
Here's the technical ability and then the marginal gain.
Speaking of United, you guys on the Jumbotron tomorrow against Wigan.
Yeah.
What do you think that's going to end up in?
It's a shaky game, bruv. 8:15 p.m. at the DW. I don't even know if it's still called the DW. At the DW. Hey, I don't know, man.
That's FA Cup royalty, innit, Wigan?
Yeah. It's true. I'm not
Because one
confident.
of Buki win. We can call them FA Cup royalty.
For Wigan, that's a big deal, man.
Man, they won FA Cup and got relegated. That's
Same
right.
Against City, wasn't it?
Oh.
Bruv, what are these bozos, bruv?
You guys need a moment.
We got Jorginho trying to win headers.
That's all the pass. Here we go.
Come
Now
on, Luis.
Louise, man.
Step.
Diaz having a trash game.
Too much.
Louise. I almost called him David Luiz. No, I was like, David, I didn't even know his name for a sec.
Yeah, we might have to get Jorginho off. I reckon.
Jorginho off for
Yo,
who?
he just passed that.
I want Jorginho off, and I want Havertz drop back into the midfield.
And then bring what? Nketiah?
I put Arteta up top.
Okay.
If we're going to keep doing balls over the top and use the pace, I don't mind a little
Why is he
cheeky.
running with no intensity, man?
I don't mind a little cheeky Martinelli up top, but
Should've took him
Nketiah
on
probably
the outside,
first.
Get you in the room.
Come on.
Loves a cup goal, Nketiah, to be
He
fair.
just tried to do an early ball, lad, when really he could have beaten for pace there, lad, if he wanted to.
It amazes me that there's going to be like young fullbacks growing up telling their coaches, it's like, yeah, I play right back, but basically what happens is I come into the central midfield.
This could be danger. Good touch.
Can you chop it?
Give it one more.
Why did you not, you little donkey head?
Hey.
See, lads, you should just give it to him first time. Left foot, bottom
No,
bin.
but deep it. Imagine like Dave from Round the Bits, just got his little Sunday team and he's teaching this 8-year-old right back like, yes, I want you to start here, but when we're in possession, drift it to the
Low key, like, the fuck's he on about?
To be honest with you though, lad, if I'm honest with you, right, do you know who make the best footballers, lad? Majority of them are the ones, the best listeners are the best footballers most of the time. I genuinely believe that, lad.
Of course. At that age, you gotta be like a sponge, man.
100%.
You do, lad. That's what coaches look for,
Travel,
how well
travel,
you listen and how well quickly.
Travel.
The most coachable players are the ones they like.
Like Henderson. Henderson is that man.
Unless
You're not very
you're
good at football, lad. Let's work on it.
Unless you're
Okay.
just
But the thing
some
is,
freak, unless you're just some
Henderson
freak
was
talent,
really,
and then
Henderson was decent at Sunderland.
Yeah, he was alright. Yeah.
I think I was
class for
Yeah,
No,
innit?
but it's the old big
That was
fish,
good.
little pond.
Man.
Yeah,
It's the old big fish, little pond thing. You know what I mean? Like when Rooney played for that.
Killed the whole press.
yeah, just deaded it, innit?
Absolutely
Or
killed
comparing
it.
Henderson at Sunderland to Trent and everything.
Listen, let's get some urgency going, man. It's all long now.
So he's like playtime's over now.
Yeah, bro.
So are we saying that Trent's the best right
Nunez.
back in the world now?
Alright, watch, that's gonna end up going up.
Yeah, it's gonna- yeah.
No, we hit the bar.
Did he?
I didn't think that hit the bar.
Nah.
I floated wide. That was over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think Trent's the best.
That is it.
Best right back
If that's
in
hit
the
the
world.
bar,
Yeah.
That's on. That's definitely on.
What a pass, man.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Trent is just mate.
It's just different,
He's
man.
just a gifted footballer, bro. That's
Just
what he is.
different, man.
Put him in any position and he'll still be alright.
Nah, he didn't hit the bar.
It's a good strike.
How close it
we're
gets to you now?
seeing this. We're seeing a lot of replays.
Valencia.
The
I mean,
game's
those
going
are the ones
on,
that look
bud.
closer than they actually are in real
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
He's gonna foul him.
Yep.
Oh, that's not a foul.
Good balance. to be
Slide,
fair.
man.
That's not a foul.
No, that last
That's
one I
not
think.
a
The
foul.
last one is a foul. Yeah. The last one is a
That's not a
foul.
foul.
Last one's a foul.
That was 50-50.
I think that last nudge there
last
was a
one.
foul.
That's
Yeah,
not
watch.
a foul.
No, these
Reece.
Bro, that's a foul, bro. He's extending it though.
That shoulder.
That
last one's a foul.
That's literally the definition of shoulder.
The game is dead. The game is dead, but that's a foul.
That's the shoulder to shoulder.
That's not. I don't think that's a foul for as well.
That's
That
terrible.
was in
lad.
his back and that. It was
No, but
shoulder
the thing
to
is,
shoulder.
he's off balance, but that's not my.
shoulders when you're both
you think
contesting. He's in front.
No, but
Yeah.
it's not. But
There was no-
but
shove
as
for
we're
him. Yeah,
running,
shove.
as it's not spiteful. As we're running, you have lost balance. But
Yeah.
I'm still in the battle.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Stop
No,
battling.
but-
I'm getting the ball
Exactly,
because you're still competing for the ball.
I agree with you.
That's
But
a shoulder to shoulder,
But
man.
more
This is
shoulder
a
to
goal
shoulder,
now
you're both
from this
competing for
crap
the
as
ball.
well,
Yeah.
lad.
Where's the other
I hear
shoulder?
that, but I don't.
Wow.
His shoulder is right there. It wasn't in the back.
Was
That was
it?
never in
That
the
was a
back.
shoulder
The
to
thing is,
shoulder.
the shoulder to shoulder is not the issue there. It's genuine because Reece is on
Have a crack?
Sunderland is in front.
That's his
Anybody
problem.
have a crack?
Yeah, but
problem.
referees will be like,
When the
oh.
contact was made, it was shoulder to shoulder, bro. It was not in the back. It was not a shove.
It wasn't, no. It was
How's that been the
shoulder.
most?
Yes.
Oh,
today is playing on like crack.
What is he doing, man? Why is he even on the right?
You should have sent him to court, mate.
No, not a foul. See, why is that one not a foul? But I don't get this shit, lad.
Nunez, can you do something? Let's see.
Somebody overlap him.
Great challenge.
That's monster.
Great turn.
He made that so easy for
Travel.
him.
Curtis Jones runs.
That's not a foul.
Muppet, lad. You're a muppet. Don't like anyone touching you.
Oh, there we go. Can we do something here?
He's off.
Oh no, this guy.
Old dad, lad. Every time someone touches him, he moans his little head off.
He doesn't like a physical game at all.
Jesus, you're playing centre mid, lad. Toughen up. Sharpen the elbows or something. I don't know.
I'll say the Danes, they're real men.
What you saying? You can't go to war with Odegaard.
No, you can't, lads. Because you're too busy going on, lads.
He's flicking his hair every 20 seconds.
Do you know what's the worst, right? When good football players do it. You're a good football player. Please don't be a muppet as well, lads.
There we go. Can we get some attacking impetus from Arsenal?
I take it you don't love Bruno Fernandes then, I'm guessing.
Can't stand that.
I was going to say, based on what I
I
hear
say
from
this all the time. He's a great footballer and he shuts his mouth, lad. He's boss.
Yeah. Yeah, debatable. Any changes you'd like to make?
Yeah, I said I want Jorginho off. I said it like
Jorginho?
I want Jorginho off. I don't mind Havertz being there, but I'd have him dropped into
Great
midfield
challenge.
and
That's
have him
a
getting
tackle.
the ball
Great
up top,
challenge.
so we've got more of a focal point.
Proper. Wins the ball wholly.
Later on, I would look at Smith Rowe, but for now, I just want to see what we can do with a proper striker right now.
Yeah, from both teams. I agree, lad.
No, that Nunez.
Yeah, I agree, lad. I understand.
But Curtis Jones should have overlapped him and made it difficult. Curtis Jones was making a weird run. Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a good delivery here. We spoke about
normal
set
flannel
pieces.
jacket, by the way. Why does it have to be stussy, lad?
He's the guy, man.
Yeah, I know. I was just
That's a
looking
great
at it.
pass. There we go. That's a great pass. Got to do something. You've
Oh, back post! Oh my God!
Bukayo.
That was weird.
I think he
This is-
thought
It
the
wasn't
centre
a
back
sure
was getting
scissor
it.
or and
I think he thought
someone came across
Gabriel
it.
was getting it. That's
Yeah,
why.
but you still got go conviction even if you're not sure.
I
man.
agree.
That whole action was weird though.
Let me just run narrative.
This was a great.
It's a great set piece,
Yeah,
piece
great
play.
set piece.
But he's got to send it first time. That's divering, blood. My man, divering.
No, but he's put it in the perfect place.
You know what
To be
happened?
fair, I think he thought
this is
Gabriel was
Saka's
gonna
fault.
head it,
This is
yeah.
Saka's fault. He said, "I've got it, lads." Gabriel left it, and then he missed it. Watch Gabriel's reaction.
Yeah,
He
he
still
pulled
got
out.
to go.
He's pulled out.
Bro, I was gonna get it.
You still got to go.
Yeah,
Nah, Gabriel should have
He
took
ducked
that.
out of it. He ducked out of
Gabriel
it.
But
should've took
Saka
that.
needs to do better.
That's what I'm saying.
They both need to do better, bruv. It's a
In a
team game.
franchise
Everybody
guy,
take
B.
the L together,
was
bruv.
Van
But one of
Persie,
you's got to put that in the net.
Van
I'm
Persie
not-
never scored a
Oh,
volley
we've
like
got
that.
our
Gabriel
first
should say, "Shut up, lad, I'm
substitution.
taking it."
Yeah, facts.
That's what he
Oh,
said.
that's interesting.
No, it's
So
not
Gakpo-
interesting.
That's
He's,
right.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know he's on
that's
the
right.
pitch.
Same for same, sort of.
Gakpo.
Yeah.
Ryan's good.
I thought
Jota as well.
I thought first half
Jota
was
the
okay.
slaughter. Whoa, that's weird. That's the weird one. McAllister's just come off as well.
Right,
He's
three
going
sub-
dropping in. Oh, Harvey. It'd be Harvey.
Harvey
Yeah,
in
Harvey
the
Elliott.
6.
No, in the midfield.
In the 8.
In the 8.
Yeah.
So wait, what's the change?
But McAllister was the sitter.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the sitter now?
Gravenberch's
Damn
coming.
bitch. Yeah.
And Jones probably.
He carries the ball well. He's good at carrying the ball. Like, I know, I
For
get
me
it, lads.
anyways, they don't really be
Believe
playing
me.
with like some lone six. I know they line up that way, but like no guy is really just sitting in front of the
But
back.
it is
Odegaard,
no
Havertz.
six.
Apart from Endo.
It's so dynamic.
Yeah, Endo is like the
advantage.
one who actually plays that role for.
Why are we sitting up? Why are we so high?
And Endo plays it well. You know, honestly, that
Yeah.
guy's a boss little warrior for us.
I've been impressed with Endo this year, honestly.
He's not your fancy player, lad. He does exactly what he says on the tin, lads, and that's
That's a
killed
coach's
people.
dream. That's a coach's dream right there. Yeah.
The irony of it was, if we're being real, a Klopp midfield for Liverpool was built off of that Hendo. I don't need you to do much. Just be present.
Break up everything
Yeah, just
and
be
wear a
present.
gum shield.
Yeah.
But even on the ball, he's honestly Endo.
Yeah.
Maybe because no one had any expectation about him whatsoever. But I think he's been impressive
good.
this year.
When we
grinding
bought
into the
him,
role.
there was so many of them. Was it Stuttgart that we got him from?
Yeah, Stuttgart.
They were saying honestly that this guy is our cult. This is our hero, lad. He's worked so hard for this team. We love him. So to let him go, we're really sad. So yeah, and he's captain of Japan.
Yeah.
You don't be captain of Japan unless you work hard, lads.
Asia Cup's going to be interesting because they need to rise
Endo
it after the World Cup.
Endo
yeah.
could do it, lads.
They need to
Genuinely.
rise
Japan will win.
Wait, was Endo the captain of Japan in the World Cup?
Yeah.
What's
Right, and that when they were balling?
Yeah, man.
Oh, fair
No,
enough.
no. Yoshida was.
Oh, Yoshida was.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Excuse me, captain
was,
of
no,
the
no.
world. Netflix. Can you tell us who the captain? Can you tell us who was the captain of Japan, please?
Excuse me, Bev.
What? Netflix be hiring anybody. innit?
Algerian journalist.
I'm not a Japanese journalist.
Oh, sell your stocks. Sell
Whose
the
man
stocks.
is this?
Man are saying sell your stocks.
You're saying sell your stocks about Saka? Nah.
Wow.
Off this performance, this has been awful.
Man, sell your stocks over performances. Wow.
Yeah, man. That's a big game.
Damn, bro. That just means your stocks. That just means you weren't. That just means you were never that invested in the first place, bro. I can't lie.
Nah, Saka's my guy still, but this is
Saka
poor,
man.
bro.
I was lucky, lad.
It's from my ends and everything, but this is just.
Yeah, Saka's having a nightmare though. I can't lie.
That's
This
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
bad
Come on,
performance.
bro.
This is a bad performance.
If he could just cushion that down,
don't I like
we've got a
Arteta?
clear shot on goal there. But
Why don't I like Arteta?
You don't like him because he dyes his hair.
Might be,
That's who you
nah,
don't
never.
Little
like. He
Lego
definitely
head.
dyes his
Nah,
hair.
he don't, man.
He
Would
dyes
you
his
love?
hair,
Would
man.
you like Klopp though if he wasn't your manager?
Yeah.
Like looking at the antics he does and all that
Yeah,
stuff, you'd like
love
him.
him.
The interviews and
Passionate.
stuff like
come on,
that.
Kai, come on.
I can't lie. The interviews for me, they
I love him, lad.
Who?
You support Man United?
no, but like,
You
that's
support Man
my
United?
question for you. If he wasn't your manager, would you like the interviews
Absolutely,
he does?
I'd love him. Yeah.
Interesting.
Depends who he was
For me, it's not
managing,
even
though.
about United because I like Klopp in general, but I think the interviews for me sometimes they
What is it? What is it about him that you don't like?
No, I'm talking like when he kind of gets snarky with reporters and
definitely
stuff like
does do
that. That's what I don't like. But in terms of like his personality, like how big of a character he is, I love it. If he was my manager,
You want
Like
him
a dream.
Finally,
I think
can we
I
get
can
there?
go, no?
Can we get there?
I
want him at your club, yeah,
Klopp.
I get what you're saying. No, he has got it. He's got a side that's.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if it lands with Scousers, lad.
Yeah, no, of course.
If you come for us, lads,
Yeah.
we'll go for you back, lad. Believe me,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
Scousers are like.
I've said last
Head
few
of
weeks.
lines.
I think he represents your club. Like it's a perfect fit, Liverpool and club.
massive.
It's a perfect fit.
I think Klopp picks and chooses.
That's a
sometimes
corner.
when to be in a
That's
good
not a
mood,
corner,
when
the
not.
ball's
I
on
mean,
the
like
ball.
every
No, not the
being
whole
on the
ball,
planet,
the whole
like,
ball. I like Klopp.
he's
The
not
whole
regulated. We're not.
Nah, not the whole ball. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Not the
yeah.
whole ball.
There we go. Some subs.
Is it going to
Martinelli.
be Reece Nelson to come off as well? And it shouldn't be.
I can't. Nelson though, he's been busy, but really, like, has anything really come out of it?
You still got Jorginho on the pitch.
Yeah, but fair.
Jorginho's been poor. What would you rate Nelson out of a 10?
Nelson today, 5,
And what would you rate Jorginho?
probably around
6.
similar. Yeah,
I'd rate him less than a 5.
Nelson for me has just been there. Like that. This in terms of a player who wants to earn minutes going into the next few games.
Not
This isn't a
much.
convincing
I agree.
performance.
He had good
Yeah,
first 5
you're not
minutes.
giving your manager any headaches with that performance.
I
Right?
agree. So then, outside of your managers, who do you want for your club? Because we all have our little favourites, right?
Ooh.
I'm liking big engines.
He is one of them guys.
Guy, huh?
What was it that you said at the beginning of the season? The Ange era. I need the Ange era at United.
Nah.
Do you know what I'd want?
They were laughing at my gaffers, man.
Xabi Alonso. Every day,
Yeah,
lad.
of course.
Give me Xabi Alonso.
I'd love him too, but
I
he
don't
haven't
know,
still
man.
played for
Xabi
big
Absolutely
rivals.
not.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Go. I want to hear
No,
this.
but I'm gonna say no. But does Xabi Alonso, his football, is that really a Liverpool kind of style of football?
He
I
scored
don't know, man.
unbelievable amounts of goals.
Flying
Hardly
fullback.
conceded
I
any,
know,
lad.
but hey, you lot like
Right wing
oh,
back.
Martinelli.
passing and that. I think you lot. I don't know. I don't know.
Only recently, in the last 4 years, have we been a
For me, I
possession-based
question
team.
that with
Before
Madrid.
that,
I think he suits Liverpool more.
yeah,
You reckon?
And he's linked to Madrid. I don't think he suits Madrid.
I think it suits perfectly,
Ain't
lad.
Ancelotti staying for another year?
You think
he's going
you
Bayern
think
next.
Alonso suits Real Madrid?
He said
No,
he
no,
doesn't.
the opposite.
Oh, yeah, I
He suits
agree.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
I don't. I
It's-
think he
yeah.
suits Liverpool more.
He does. I'm not even just saying that, like, he does.
Yeah, Bayern as well. I could see him doing. Oh, I think Alonso will
Yeah,
do
I
well
can see him
anywhere.
at
To be
Bayern as well.
honest with you, yeah.
But not after Leverkusen, though, so that's what I mean. Like, come to
Yeah,
Liverpool.
but following after
think he's
Klopp
gonna
is a
go Bayern.
tough job, man.
Then
Honestly,
it is.
like that's.
yeah, it is.
I don't want to like say this lightly, but like that's like replacing Fergie in my
No,
opinion.
it
like,
is,
for
it
replacing
is.
Wenger, like
Slow down.
us,
no,
for
replacing
us,
a manager.
it's our
Yeah,
version.
obviously not. Yeah, in terms of
It's
like
our
replacing
version.
Wenger, like
yeah.
The issue you've got is it's the culture, it's the significance, and it's the fact that it's not just about how he manages, it's what he means to the people.
Facts,
Like, he's
man.
bought into what
Facts.
it means to be like from Liverpool.
He fights to be a Scouser, lad. He
Exactly.
fights
How
for
come
Scousers.
everyone always says like when Klopp leaves? Why would he leave? When is he
This
gonna
is
leave?
what I'm praying for, lad.
well, he can't
Like,
be there.
no,
He's
but I
not gonna
get
die
it.
there. Like
I get but what? It's been how long's he been there now?
Yeah, but
His
it's
10th
8
but
years.
his
But
eighth
Cam,
or
you
ninth
gotta
year,
remember
yeah.
when-
yeah,
era,
but
when
like
era.
where else does he want to go?
Yeah, but
Like
you have to
I
know
feel
that.
like
Maybe the
like
German
Pep,
nas- I think
I
he's talked about the
understand.
German
Pep
national
always
team.
is like 1 year away from maybe moving on.
No, but in
Klopp-
general, we're in an era where managers like who top managers.
Yeah.
What's the longest stint you're really?
Yeah,
getting
but I mean,
nowadays?
he's already broken that cycle.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's in 10 years.
and be like,
I think Klopp has talked about the German national team, has he not? Or no?
He
No.
said that he's been asked about it a lot because every time he's got a contract extension for us, they'll say, "You're going to take over the German side?" And he's like, "I'm contracted to Liverpool.
Yeah.
This is where I'll stay." And actually, 2 years ago, he
why
was
does Klopp
eating
need to take
dinner.
over Germany?
He was eating dinner with his wife, yeah. And he's like, "My contract's running out," to talking about it and that. And she says, "Do you really want to leave Liverpool? Is that what you want to do? You want to leave this team?" And he's like, "No." And she's like, "Well, we're staying then, aren't we?" And he was like, "Signed, give me a contract extension." Signed it for 3 years, lad. And he said to the Liverpool fans, he's like, "You haven't got me to thank for the signing
my
it.
wife."
Got me wife."
Oh,
Thank
that's
you,
the
lad."
play. He put him through. Oh, ref. No, but why does he need to manage Germany anyway? Like,
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
know.
There's
I don't
no need.
know.
Nagelsmann's there, lads.
It's like Jose and the
Nagelsmann, we'll see how long.
there's
I
no
would
need.
love Klopp to stay
It's
until
very
he's
career
grey and
mode,
old,
innit?
lad. Genuinely, because I feel like he's adaptable. He's dynamic enough to change his tactics as he goes through his different teams. He's showing successful rebuilds right now. Why would lads? He is my messiah. Please stay forever, lad, if you can. I'd love you to. You know what I mean?
To be fair, the one thing with me and Klopp at all times was, does he have the board to properly back his rebuilds? And to be fair, I've always said I think Klopp makes wine out of sewage water in terms of what FSG really support him. So this is why I'm so surprised, really, that this is, like, for me, such a great coaching job for him, because I never expected this early after last season for you guys to be back here. But
You are right.
I feel like eventually, as a manager, that must be frustrating as hell when you see how much City are backing their manager. Arsenal are starting to spend a lot of money.
It is frustrating.
He's
lad.
struggling.
FSG.
Well, FSG, you have to sell to buy. Like,
But this is the point,
Saka's
right?
struggling.
The model that's made this successful, I then can't go on to say it's not enough, because it has, and it has been enough for us. So
Yeah.
I can't complain about
it's been
City's
successful, but
overspending.
don't you think, like, his
Some
retort
clubs
might
aren't
be
good
like,
at
you
spending money.
Yeah, but when you miss out on the Champions League like last season, like looking back on it now with hindsight, last season they missed out on the Champions League purely because FSG didn't want to replace Milner and Henderson a year earlier.
Yeah.
Like, as a manager, I'd be frustrated by that.
It's true, like, it's absolutely true. But again, Jurgen Klopp's style of football and the way he plays,
Treacherous twins.
I think it caters to lack of quality in certain areas. Does that make sense? It's deliberate, and he bars his quality in the right areas.
Saka's having
a poor game.
A new suspect has emerged in the investigation into Paul Pogba's kidnapping after the police uncovered messages on the phone of the player's childhood friend.
Paul Pogba was kidnapped.
I have no idea what is going on with that.
What?
That guy.
You know, let me not lie. Let me not
Backstory. Breaking news. Kocha Khan breaking news.
Wait, let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on here.
How the news is that, lad? That's terrifying, mate.
I didn't know he was kidnapped.
That can't be.
I know there was an extortion.
Pogba's not kidnapped, bro, no.
Kidnapping and
Extortion. I remember the extortion. I don't remember the kidnap.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Are they making a mockery or
How tall is Pogba?
6'3".
He's like, I was man 6'4"
man to kidnap. Yeah,
but they're
Folding
pretty.
them up in the
I mean, they're
There must
probably
be no
man up in it. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's good play. Oh,
Unlucky.
Konate's been monstrous.
And
He
Saliba,
did exactly
to be
the
fair,
same when he
yeah.
played in the league as well.
It's
That,
the same
man.
in the last game, lads.
Yeah.
All
Tag
four
along,
centre-backs
blood.
with the best players on the team. That's a battle and a half. I love it.
Also, Pogba, they're saying now not anymore, but like in 2022, he was abducted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're talking about. The kidnapping.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kidnapping.
I knew the extortion.
I never
Oh,
knew.
again.
I never knew Pogba was abducted.
Neither did I at all.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
What the hell is
He's
Pogba
had a
doing?
rough few last years, man. Honestly, wow.
Man, not play. What's it? 4 years? The ban.
I think they're
gonna
talking
try
about it's
to
gonna be a lot less, but
Martin
Konate
trying to
looks like one
gas
of
the
them guys,
crowd.
by the way. You definitely wouldn't want to fight him in the street, lad. He looks like he'd fill you in.
Konate,
Yeah.
who the hell would want to fight that
That's
guy?
what I'm
bro?
saying to you, lad.
I know.
That's what we're talking about. Havertz.
Oh, no, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, it helps too that he's about 6'6",
Yeah,
400 pounds, bro.
It's okay, mate. Yeah, you can do what you
Yeah,
want.
what? That's a death wish, bro.
This is someone where when he announced he signed for Liverpool, he had the whole of his block in Liverpool.
Yeah.
I said you can't fight. That's when all the cousins was
From ends, lad. From ends in France,
It's too
lad.
much, man.
I love that.
Yeah, it's too much. You can't fight
You
people.
punch Konate, your fist is gonna break, bro.
Yeah.
Look how big he is.
Martin Ellie went, I'm not going, lad.
Yeah, facts.
No, you need them type of athletes,
You
man.
do, lad.
Tina's dropped a super chat saying, "Is this a big concern for Arsenal when they have problems with weakened Liverpool team?"
You what, mate? Can you repeat that? Like,
Basically,
Is it an issue that Arsenal are
We're struggling
with?
against
No,
even a weakened.
Fuad, can you take over the super chats, please?
Is this a big concern when they have problems this weekend? Hey, let production.
He's actually right.
Exactly. Get out of here, man. That's why I stopped.
Nunez.
Please.
Oh my God, they're playing goofy
I
up
want to
there,
throw
man.
me water, lad.
They are playing goofy up there.
It says Ozil is weakened Liverpool team.
Basically,
I don't know what he's talking about.
is there cause for concern
foul, by
that
the way.
Arsenal
I
are
don't think
playing
that
a
was.
weakened Liverpool side and they're not really doing anything? That's the question.
The only reason I don't think it's a foul is because he fell. on
Yeah,
the
it's a little
side.
bit.
So I think he simulated
It
the.
definitely concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is though. It is because Arsenal need to win this game.
I can't believe we
It
just
is.
blew that chance. That was a proper chance.
Especially
that.
after
Thought that
how
was
the
goal.
game is going. If Liverpool go and get a dagger goal, wow. You're going to hear boos at the Emirates, I reckon.
I'm not going the Emirates, by the way. Do you want me to go? Sometimes Gilly was saying, come the Emirates afterwards. If we win this game, lad, I am not going there, lad.
Damn, I just
I'll go
remember
with
where
you.
we are, and then I'm going home.
Not
is
going
gonna
there,
be
lad.
long.
When he say,
I'll be like, everyone, this is
I'll be getting on the bus going, yeah, single please, mate, yeah.
Got another super chat from GP which says Arsenal haven't won a cup since 2020 COVID era.
That's not that long ago.
No, but I think
The way they were saying that.
no, but I think COVID era. Like those trophies were a bit.
Oh.
Where'd he?
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
They look great to me, lad. And didn't he win a Champions League during that time? So was that
You got me. When I was watching the doc, you know what I realised the thing I was looking at because they showed the Copa America and I was
Johnny
like,
Barnes.
why is there no one in the stadium? I was like,
Yeah.
What is that? Messi's Fugazi one? Yeah, I hear that. The one that they gave him. Lockdown.
They like heated seats or something for the players?
They got excuses for everything these days.
Amhara said, imagine Havertz from Martinelli.
Oh, Paul, you got to win that duel. Grab him back.
I agree, lad.
Especially against Odegaard.
Especially in the position, that body position he was in, he shouldn't have been winning that, lad.
Oh, okay. Cancer is getting skipped left, right, and centre now, mate. Get back into your position, mate. Yeah, and do your centre half role. Please. This guy is getting a bit ahead of himself, innit?
We've had 71 minutes played. The score is still.
Come on, give us a goal, man. Late dagger
If you are
man.
in here, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you smash the subscribe button.
Don't you think?
FCM takeover in the house. Smash that like button. Let's get to 1K likes.
Don't you think the Alisson ball on the ball is a bit overrated?
Yes. I would agree with him.
On the ball, like they go on as if like he's Edison with reflexes. He's not.
I don't think anyone
Like
says
Edison
that.
is so much better than him on the ball, but Alisson is better goalkeeper.
Alisson is a better all-round goalkeeper in every aspect other than on the floor.
Yeah.
Alisson, you watch this, right? Watch it. He'll never kick the ball with his left foot. Ever. He'd rather go on outside the boot.
Oh, you drag it.
Yeah, he will not do it.
Touch.
But he's still not bad on the floor. He's not terrible.
Release it. Oh, we've got no intensity. Who is it to? We don't know.
You love Gravenberch, innit? I don't know, man.
He's Dutch, bro. Of course he loves Gravenberch. Yeah, hi, Elliot, hi, bro. Ooh, never mind.
It was off the bar.
You know, suck the ankle.
Ooh.
It's one of them Doyle off the crossbar one.
Yeah, I know Fouad's game, man. Ajax, Dutch, central midfielder. That's why he likes him, bro.
Of course.
Gravenberch is a good footballer.
So you don't think Gravenberch is a good player?
No, he's good.
Did you
but
want him at United in the summer?
Not really.
He would have been a better signing than Mason Mount for you, definitely.
I just think we could have. There's other players I would have preferred than both of them, to be honest with you.
Like who?
Szoboszlai. I would have preferred
Szoboszlai,
Szoboszlai. McAllister.
I think he's a brilliant little player. You'll see him throughout the season. He glides with the ball, lad. And he's 6'6" or something.
Who is?
Yeah.
Ryan Gravenberch. Massive, lad. Big Dutch fella.
Give it time, man.
I'm telling you, I know Fouad's game, bro. I know Fouad likes Gravenberch.
No, he loves that.
He loves him, bro.
I was watching this guy specifically at Ajax for
when
like
he was
2
19.
seasons.
Yeah.
Then I saw what
Yeah,
Bayern
you
did
were
to him.
nice, but Bayern.
What Bayern did to him,
Bayern.
I was fuming.
was
Now
angry.
Liverpool, I'm like, all right, you know what? Europa League, he's been cooking.
Fouad would come
Can
in.
he
It's
get
like,
flat?
right, they're not playing.
It's like, you know them Dutch players, like Dutch players to me are very technical, right? The tacticians, not tacticians, the technicians, yeah? He can go left, right, he can have close control. That's what Ryan is.
He's still at the moment too flimsy, in my opinion. He's
I'm
still
watching
too,
the boys, the
like
two
the way
worst-
Jules.
Oh my word! What is going on
This
in
is a
this
shit
game?
show. Honestly, this is a shit show.
The attacking performance from both teams
This
is
is
laughable.
woeful.
bruv.
I agree, lad.
What the hell?
Wait, did Martinelli and Saka have the same fade? That's very funny.
This guy's so silly.
That is very funny. They have the same fade.
This is Salah's
Group
quality.
race.
That's your club, bro.
Everyone's getting
HD
two twists.
cuts coming through
Everyone's
one
getting
time.
two
Everyone getting a retwist.
Yeah, Saka's quality is
We saying
definitely-
HD cuts got to get more creative.
You know the worst thing is I know exactly who does like 4 of yours. It'll get done at once.
Oh man.
It's all in this part of the pitch at the moment. It's annoying. He's frustrated today. I think he's had a few fouls on him
He's
that have been
bad,
given.
Diaz.
and stuff.
I love Diaz, but he's been
That's
bad
a foul,
today.
lad. You can't be grabbing people from the top of it. You're mad. And then how you hit there, lad? You
Come
kicked
on,
him
man.
and-
You've left your boot
Oh,
there.
bro.
Don't do that.
I hate
Go
stuff
for
like
the
that, you
foul.
know.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
The other day, lads, I was playing football and I kicked somebody in the bottom of the foot, yeah? I kicked him. And he went on the deck like he was injured, lad. And I was like, that ain't me more than it ain't you.
Oh, we've got some subs.
Should have kicked him in the shin.
We're not taking this seriously. I'm so sorry, lad.
No, but that's the. I was gonna say it's disrespect. It's disrespect because you man could go on and win it.
No. Conor Bradley. He was in Preston or I can't remember. Someone.
This is Harvey Elliott's regen, bro.
He's a right back, you know. He's a right back. So we're pushing Trent up now. That's what we're doing.
I know you're joking. I swear I've seen that brother on TikTok.
You look like a TikTok guy, bro.
Get ready with me, guys.
Nah, he's one of those that does like the dances, bro. The dances and lip syncs, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you now, they'll get a goal now from Martinelli's side because he's not going to be able to keep up with the new fresh legs of Martinelli, lad, without a doubt.
Ooh. Even the way Havertz tried trapping the ball there, that's amateur.
Last year we were title contenders for at least
Trent's going to the
of the season, and now I'm desperate.
Who's the left back that you
What? He's bringing against Martinelli.
Reality hits you hard, my friend. Reality hits you hard, my boy.
Yeah, we brought him back.
So he's going to be cover just in case.
Yeah. Simicast and Robbo got injured, mate, you know what I mean? But Joe Gomez at the moment,
yeah, he's holding it down.
I'm happy with that kid, honestly. I'm really happy for him as well. Good lad. Boss.
I need to see Eddie and Nketiah. Come on, bro. I need to see Havertz off.
I'm surprised
Nketiah's not coming.
I reckon Nketiah said something, and he's leaving in January. Yeah,
discipline.
You think Nketiah's leaving in January?
Yeah,
discipline.
I think Nketiah said
linked
to him,
with
bro, I must start versus Liverpool, and Arteta said, yeah, you must. Cool. You must leave this January.
Whoa, hold on, what does Fuad sources know, man?
Don't worry. You know my sources. Straight ketchup, Heinz.
I was gonna say this is specific, bro.
Barbecue burger sauce.
Sriracha.
My sauces are my sauces, B.
I'm ball again. Oh. Sorry.
I did think that for a second as well. I was like,
Most goals scored after 75 minutes.
Mwah! Well, it's Timo.
17 for Liverpool.
Lads, we are the king.
13 for Luton.
that was us last year.
We are the king of late goals, especially this season, to be honest with you.
Here we go.
Shots. Just shoot. Just
Here
shoot.
we go.
This joint.
Here we go.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good save by Ramsdale.
Whoa.
The camera's going to pan in on him and then pan to Arteta. Why is he smiling?
Yeah, Pantaraya. It's good Pantaraya.
Why is he that happy about
That's his first save
I
in
did
months,
it.
bro.
Yeah. That was great.
Hey, if that was Luis
Nah.
Suarez, he's just clotting.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I wanted to say.
Brother, Doyle, he's kept his concentration up to 77 minutes. That's big. That is big.
Did Jota do no look, yeah? Sorry. I wasn't familiar. It was a bit fugazi, didn't it? He's like, I'm not looking, but I want to look.
Jota, you're not like that, bro.
Good save, to be fair. Got down low. Low and hard.
That's so
Good
funny.
save. Yeah, that's when I was growing up, lad. They always say, it's a low and hard, lad. The keeper can't get there, but it's okay.
Has this got Knight header written all over it?
Oh, Jota header.
This guy Jota loves Arsenal.
Why has he got a free header?
I'm
Oh
getting
my
off. I'm
god.
getting off. I'm going
Why
home.
did Gabriel just watch
Can't be
him?
asked.
Jota loves Arsenal, huh?
Told you.
Jota, for his height, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
got one of the
crazy.
best
man.
headers.
He's got hops. He's got mad hops. Yeah.
No, but against Arsenal,
that's
I
not
swear he
hops.
loves scoring.
Is that a corner again?
He's
Look
at
at
home
this.
at our
Oh, Saliba.
Boing.
Board.
That's actually nuts.
He's at home in
You know
our
what?
ground.
Pick up your
You
man,
were saying he
please.
reminds you of Cal. I always said he's their Chicharito.
Did he miss or was that a corner?
Jota's actually... Jota's
Hey,
He's got
just
headers as well,
say
you
he
know.
beat
Jota's
Saliba to head there, lad. 5'9" man
Yeah,
beating a
that's
6'3"
impressive.
man, lad, or something. Boom.
Wow, look at the
Fucking
air time
boing.
is
Got
crazy.
flubber in his boots, lad.
Air Jota.
That is a great
You know
reference.
it?
That's a flubber. That is a throwback.
Meanwhile, this guy up front, Jesus, man.
Darwin Nunez is just.
I don't think that
I
should have been
couldn't- I couldn't
Havertz's foul,
sit
but I
through
also
30
don't know how that was.
Havertz is
Konate's
that
foul.
guy, though. He's what he said. You know, he just runs into people. I think he does it on purpose. He just
does.
goes, I can't get the ball, so I'm just running
He
into
does. You know when Roy Keane said that?
Run about and kick someone just to feel better. Yeah.
He's a hologram footballer, bruv. He's there, but he's not really there.
Hologram football is hilarious. What, like the Tupac one?
Man's there in spirit,
the
blood.
Tupac one.
Literally, yeah.
You can see him. He's there, but he's not there because when the heading comes, it just goes through the hologram.
Some Futurama footballer, bro.
Bro,
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul. You are the... you moan a lot, you, mate.
I don't know
Man,
why
shut
he's
up, lad.
moaning because that was a foul.
Oh,
He's
we can
frustrated,
talk, lad.
man.
I know he's
He knows what's up-
frustrated,
he
but
knows
Liverpool got their tails up a
I
little
wish
bit.
they did mic'd up, man.
Oh, you know,
I'd love
what's
to hear
the...
that
You've
noise.
got
He's
all...
got his hands
You're
all
literally
over
trying
him,
to
bro.
arrest him, lad. You're literally trying to get up on the wall, bro. That's what you were doing to him, then.
if I saw a man doing that to my gal, it'd be arms
Yeah,
out.
exactly,
That's
lad.
mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Literally.
Restraining him and that.
arm throwing by Odegaard and no booking today for dissent. Let that be Dallo.
See that, lad.
He'll get red, you know.
That's true.
Pretty privilege again, lads.
There we go. There we go.
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
Who? No, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got no lips, lad. He's got no lips, lad.
European privilege.
Little fringe. Chicken me.
No, but I think it's aesthetic football style,
I can draw
bro.
your face, you ain't pretty.
You know when you're just aesthetic football?
Trent, don't
Odegaard
shoot,
has a very
please. Don't
drawable
shoot.
face.
Yeah.
Instead of
Luis Diaz!
Trent delivers once
One
again.
thing that Trent does.
He
One
delivers
thing.
once again.
One thing.
It was always going to happen.
One
It was
thing.
always going to happen.
Hey, you're in trouble, bro. You're in
It's always
trouble.
going to
bro.
happen.
Oh
Punish.
my words.
Punish.
Nah, you guys are in trouble, bro.
Trent delivers once again. The man, the myth, the legend.
Best right
The
back
son
in
of the soil.
world. In the
Wow.
world,
The
lad,
son
yeah.
of the soil with the captain's armband on deck as well. New Preds.
Scouse prophet, lad, is arrived, mate.
New Steven Gerrard. New Steven Gerrard.
Yes!
Hold on.
Let's see what happens here. Great delivery in.
Miles onside goal. Shouldn't be no wrong.
Why
It's an own goal.
From who? From who?
Own goal from who?
I don't know, actually.
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Is it Gabriel?
No,
It's not Gabriel.
Is it Martinelli?
It's not Gabriel's.
It's Kiwior.
Kivior.
It's Kivior.
When did Kivior go blonde?
I swear he's always been blonde.
Really?
Nah, it's
You know,
not
man's
brown.
like
brown hair.
Up the Reds, lad!
That's why they were congratulating Trent because for the cross.
It's always going to happen.
Listen, man.
Dangerous cross, though. And you know what Cam said? Don't shoot. And he went, all right, bro, watch.
Listen. We always say it. Yeah, we've been saying it for a while now. When you've got someone with that talent, you just let them be.
Game
man.
changer.
Just let them be. All it takes is one chance.
Game changer, lad.
Yeah, let's be real though. That's horrible.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Let's give Trent his credit, but that's horrible.
No, but what
It's
I'm saying
lovely.
is, if break it down to the whole thing, you're in a position of pitch where you don't need to give a free kick away, and you've got Trent sending in deliveries. Something can happen. Like,
Yeah.
it's-
100.
you can't give like any excuse to give stuff like that to happen.
And Trent put it right in the right spot there it was, lad. Because if he didn't get that, Lucho was anyway, like. And then also the ball from before where Jota hit the crossbar, that was Trent, lads, on a delivery again, mate.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
9 minutes of normal time left. It's
It's peak. Nah, honestly, I'd lose my mind having to see Havertz play for Man
That's
Utd.
an insane pass.
oh my
So
god.
good!
I think he's you know, handball it. That's an insane pass.
Give it one more. Darwin, man.
No, let him have it. Let him go.
Ooh. You got to give it to Gomez there, bro. I don't even care who scores today. I just want to see something good, bro. I
Similar
hate
to
seeing
what he
dumb
said.
decisions.
Bro, I'm numb to it. It's what he said about Havertz earlier. That's me with Nunez. I'm just like, I don't care what he's not going to do anything. In fact, if he does anything good, that's great, but nothing else is going to happen.
You know what?
Oh, now they bring on
Finally.
Eddie. Nah,
Sources high, bro.
Finally.
Ketchup, BBQ. Keep that shit, man.
Remember I said earlier about
heard from good
That's some
NBA sources.
BBQ, lad.
I said earlier about Arteta that he leaves it too late for the subs and he waits until the game's got he'll bring Reece Nelson on when the game's dead. Look, we've gone 1-0 down.
Ah, Liverpool.
This is what I like, lad.
Now Kai Havertz, who's been dead all game, is now in the midfield and we need a goal. Don't make any sense. Should have done it earlier.
I need to hear
Question the
these
gaffer.
boos. Yo, DR, at the end of the game,
Can
please
we
lift the volume. I need to hear the boos.
I wasn't asked about this.
Yeah,
I
we
said
might be able
that,
to hear
didn't
from
I?
outside, bro.
I'm dead arsed. I loved it. They're going to score now after I say that. Oh, God.
I mean,
83
Arsenal
minutes
ain't winning
played.
the
Make
game,
sure you
but Arsenal
smash
ain't
the
winning
like
game
button.
after
Let's
this.
smash those like buttons. Let's get to 1K likes. Let us know your
No,
thoughts in the game,
lad,
man.
Don't do that, Darwin. Arsenal are dangerous from these positions.
This is what he does, lads. This is what he does.
Don't mind seeing another goal, though.
It's not a yellow card, though. It's not a yellow, is it?
I don't think it's a yellow.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh,
Still
yeah.
foul.
What
be
are
a
you
yellow.
doing to him, lads? That's a sore one, that, lads. That hurts, that type of stuff. Especially because they play on soft ground, so they're using
I
the
just
metal
realised so
studs, lad.
Ramsdale was smiling after that save for no reason, though.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit petulant, lad, if I'm honest
I
with
feel
you.
so bad for him.
Nah, go easy on
Yeah.
him, man. Go easy on him.
Petulant in the sense of,
Go
like,
easy on him,
it
man.
didn't seem like he was like happy to make the save. It was more like he was like, haha, you didn't score. Does that make sense? That's what the smile looked like to me.
Did anyone else read that?
I feel everyone looking into it, man.
I like what you did. Yeah. Oh,
Playing my role right now, lad. You know what I mean?
Kivio, you know, hey, they were trying to hype. No, I'm not even.
Nah.
I remember they were trying to. Yeah,
They
continue.
were trying to hype. I'm telling you, man. That's like us hyping Silvestre, bro. Back in the day. You know when you're winning, you
Bro,
hype
if I
anything, bro.
speak, if I
You know, Nick, yeah, bro. What's
if
that?
I
You lot-
speak
you lot-
on,
you
if
have
I
fans
speak
that
on
hype
the,
Silvestre,
if I speak on this,
Are the United fans that hype Silvestre?
No.
You do have
No.
these fans, you do.
If
I
I
promise
speak on
you
these
do.
little center backs, if I
lads,
speak on
lads,
these
I
center
promise
backs that they
you
keep
do.
throwing at fullback,
We
bro,
all
what's
have
happening
our
in this game,
fans,
bro?
okay? We all have our fans that sex. I'm
promise you.
one of them sometimes, lad. Yeah, sometimes we all chat crap, lad, and that's just the way it is. That's why we're on these things right now, lad, because sometimes you might get laughed at. That's the way it works, lad. We all have our fans.
This whole center back at fullback thing, it needs to die, man. Honestly.
Joe Gomez been good.
Pep
He
started.
has. He has.
Of course, Pep started it.
Dan
And everyone
Burn.
else has to copy.
Dan
it.
Burn last
You
season.
go, you see?
Dan
Don't
Burn last
copy
season
what
was one of the
you
best
can't
left
do.
backs, and he's 6'7" or something, and he's a centre back.
What the hell is that?
That's a bit crap, that isn't it? Canate. Oh,
Kiwi or man, oh my goodness. I can't
I didn't even see it yet. I just knew it was Kivior because the replay come and everyone went, "Who the hell is that?" I thought I must be. If you don't know who it is, I must probably Kivior.
You don't
bro.
blame them for that though, do you? You can't really blame them for that.
No, it's not. But it's
No,
poor. It's
just
poor. I'm not
really
blaming him
annoying.
personally. I'm not blaming him personally, but it's the whole thing's just
Kiwi
poor.
or what? Apples? Kiwi or oranges? Kiwi or on goals?
Kiwi, is that how you say
This
it?
guy's insane.
But I learned a
I
lot.
mean, real talk.
I
He's
learned
not even the one that said that. That's the funniest thing. This is where Arsenal need their big players to rise now. Saka's had a bad game, but can he do
They ain't
something?
they ain't rising for 10 games, bro.
Yeah, then
bro.
now it's like it can't be 3 losses on the bounce. You got to do something now.
It will be 3 losses on the bounce.
I think they'll get
Then we're gonna have
goal, lads.
uncomfortable
Who do
conversations.
you guys play next weekend?
They're not playing for 2 weeks.
We got a break.
everyone's got a little Dubai, little.
Who's
win.
Arsenal's next game?
For us.
Who's Arsenal's next game?
Arsenal's game's Crystal Palace at home,
We've got
That's
Liverpool. Got
and
Fulham.
Olise's injured as well. So that
that should be a game that like gets their
AU's
confidence
gone
back,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Who else is going? They must have a.
Or they've got.
Werner, man.
When I went to watch them,
Schlub-
what it was,
Schlub
it
for
was just
Ghana.
no,
Where's
Shlop's
that
playing.
Kyoto
Shlop's there.
guy? Where's that?
Stop didn't go with Ghana.
No, I didn't go get picked.
Where's that guy?
I think it's Kyoto. He's
he's
Kyoto.
injured,
He's been
isn't he?
injured. Yeah. So they've been playing Chris Richards in midfield with what's the guy? No,
American.
No, Chris Richards.
Yeah.
Dan Adams is not there.
Oh, sorry, Chris Richards.
Yeah,
American.
But who's the guy that was
They
at
all look the
Bournemouth?
same, man.
The Lerma.
Lerma.
Oh,
They've been
Jefferson.
playing- Yeah, they've been playing together.
Yeah.
Palace have got.
I can't. Nah, Palace will lose that game.
Yeah,
love Palace.
easily.
Who did Tyler Adams sign for?
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, that was it, yeah.
Do you know my favourite club in London is Crystal Palace?
Is it?
I
club,
love that
man.
club, lad. I
club.
like everything about it, lad.
The stadium just frustrates me, man. There's certain parts where it's just the pillars. It's just like
I love the support, and but I like that part.
Yeah,
of the
I like the
charm, lad.
traditional bit of
I
stuff.
like the players that they have, and they're all street footballers,
what,
lad, and
Pat-
you give them a platform to
Yeah.
play that football, lad,
Yeah.
which other big clubs don't do, lad.
My
No one
favourite-
gives an
what's my
Eze a
favourite
team.
London club?
I was gonna say Palace at one
West
point
Ham.
used
I
to be a
love
bogey
West
team for you guys, Doyle.
Do you know what's mad? You would have thought his was Palace and man was West Ham, lad, but it's actually the way around, lad.
I love
This
West
guy
Ham.
loves his.
I love
No,
Palace, lad.
West Ham is the most culture camps club ever.
West Ham, proper club there, man.
I've got to say, when I went to that game, yeah, Eze was. You know, when you're watching certain footballers and it's
Bro,
like, yeah,
he's
this level was
elite,
just
elite,
this
bro.
level was just. You know,
Who?
same thing we said about
Eze.
Pogba. But it's like, yeah, the level and understand that you've.
Why,
got
who
just
were you
different.
watching?
The Palace.
You reckon Eze's? Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
Eze's
No,
that
no,
guy.
no. I don't think to the extent of Paqueta, but
No, I'm just saying the similarity when you're watching
Yeah,
the play,
yeah.
you're thinking, yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
good
really-
ball
plays above-
carrier.
you can
can
play
carry the
above
ball.
level.
When
I
I
mean, I just love all
the
these.
motion of, you know, when someone's just running around the pitch and moving, it's just
Yes.
like, yeah, this just looks different. Man.
There is no extra step in his
Nothing.
stride. There's nothing that
Nothing.
is
Everything's just
unplanned
smooth.
or
He's a
He's a smooth
unintentional.
operator, bro. For me,
It's beautiful, lad.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like what I was saying there, see, players like him don't get to express themselves on the top sides. And when I think the Premier League, he's one of the highlights in the Premier League. He's a player that I look forward to watching, lad. He's
Yeah.
great.
And then
they
now,
used to be Grealish.
Yeah,
man,
exactly,
the man.
lad. And it gets
The
coached
man.
out of them. So I want to see players like that in the Premier League because that's
Yeah.
what football is. Individuality is
I
also
This is it.
I agree
important.
with you 100%.
Elise, he's another one, lad.
Yeah.
Bloody love that kid, lad.
Yeah. Tell you what, interesting one. We saw the goal at half time.
Shoot, man.
Odegaard, I actually think has been decent today, man.
We saw the goal by Gibbs
I do
White at half
agree.
time.
I do agree.
Yeah, I think he's been let down a bit.
It's hard for him to
Been
get
decent
moved,
in
isn't
spells.
it?
I think Rice has been good.
Gibbs White.
decent as
Yeah,
well.
he's been good.
Yeah.
he's
It's
been
hard
good
for him
as
to get
well.
moved because they bought
For me,
so
it's
much
big
in it.
money.
front
innit?
three,
Yeah.
man.
Also,
honestly.
I think he
Shem
is one of
Ball.
them guys, right? He's like on the fringe of playing for a big club, but not quite there.
Who's that,
with his
Eze?
te-
No, Gibbs White.
Gibbs White.
Yeah, he's
But
impressive.
He is
He's
impressive, and he's athletic.
Yeah, that's because I think that's the difference between him and Eze in terms of making the jump up to a bigger team. I think Gibbs White's athleticism will
Absolutely
be an easier
unbelievable.
transition to that kind of level, bro.
And I
Gibbs
think,
White's
do you know what I
impressive.
think Morgan Gibbs would actually be good for? Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think he's that type of brute playing for
I think
Liverpool, high
he'd be good
energy.
for quite a few teams. To be
Yeah.
Tottenham,
honest.
think he'd be good for Tottenham.
United, he'd walk into our team, man.
Who's that?
Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah, he's gonna be the next one that's
He's,
gonna
he's
go.
quite,
like
he's good.
7.
And
I'm just happy he's getting his time because there's a time where his stocks were so high and then obviously it went quiet for a bit, in injuries and everything, and then now he's just woken up again.
Nice to
Random
see, yeah.
sell, innit? Random sell from. But actually, they spent a lot of money.
No,
for
it was.
He's got
to spend 40 million on
They
him.
spent
He's got
money on him.
that good arrogance as well.
Yeah.
These are the ones you don't want to be giving away, innit?
That's a
Yeah.
bit of short-sightedness from Wolves at the time too. I'm sure because they had all those midfielders and they were thinking,
Martinez.
okay,
No, but their whole
Yeah.
thing is they were
but they
going
let go of all of them in one
It was,
summer.
it was a
bro.
different direction. They were doing the whole. What's the name of the super agent? They were trying to get all their. Yeah, they were trying to get all their. Portuguese
What was his
They're
name?
still in and around the same place.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'd love to have him with them. Yeah.
Youth product and
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
Like they really sold him at a time where they didn't have to.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all.
They ain't really got set piece takers like that, man. I wouldn't sweat.
Don't touch
Famous
that
last
wood.
words, bro.
Touch
DR,
that
hey,
wood for
clip
me,
this. Clip this, DR.
He's just jinxed it for me, lad.
Yeah.
From free kicks we do, but from corners I agree we don't. Our corners are horrendous.
He's just what are you saying about set pieces?
Well, you think Odegaard will slot this top bins?
No,
I
not
don't put this
direct.
in the
Not
box.
direct. Not
That's
direct.
what I'm saying.
Back-
Hey, speaking of free
Yeah,
kicks,
yeah,
my
yeah.
boy
Direct
still
shooters,
got
man.
the free kick trait. I thought you would have left it in 2023.
Oh.
40 nearly scored on goal.
What's wrong with this guy? Darwin Nunez has. Let's see the replay again, but Darwin Nunez
He knew what he
has
was doing,
genuinely.
surely, no?
That was almost like him taking a shot anyway, lad. That's what he looks like when he's having a shot at goal.
safely say he knows what he's doing.
That's mad.
I genuinely am not sure.
To go.
That was horrible,
All right,
lad.
that's great, lads. Come
Whoa,
on,
what a goal! No way.
Oh, that's a great header by Darwin. That's a great one by Darwin Nunez.
Fantastic corner as well.
Bro, a striker, your striker being able to defend the near
Go on,
post.
Gravenberch.
Didier
And
Drogba.
underrated.
Finish them.
Oh.
What?
There we
Say that
go.
back
There
here.
we go.
Oh! Penalty! That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
So well unlucky.
You know what?
Joe, lad, you've done so well there.
Saka, give Saka credit.
Strikers being able to defend the near post, yeah.
Harry Kane used to do it.
Robin
Drogba.
Van Persie.
Remember when you used to laugh at
Didier
that?
Drogba.
Drogba was.
Bro.
He don't mind nothing him, lad.
Yeah.
It wasn't. That was nothing.
No.
Van Persie's a good show.
Yeah,
Van Persie's a good show.
Van Persie in the near post from
That's-
corners.
that's a really good show.
Defensively, he was
Yeah.
better, bro. Always.
He's a good shot.
No, Van Persie, that's a really
Yeah,
good show. I remember
always
that.
there.
He wouldn't have been the first one I thought of, but now
Yeah.
that I think about it, he's always there.
3 minutes to go. What's the Arsenal fans in the chat saying, people?
Let us know your thoughts. Smash the like button as well.
Hit the likes, hit the likes, hit the likes.
Algorithm, all of that stuff. Can we get another goal?
No, thank you.
What fits for you guys?
Then yes, thank you.
FA says, watch us concede now. Ooh.
Damn.
Nervous. He's nervous.
Can somebody read out Carl's super chat?
If Saka is a world-class player, he needs to start changing
Handball.
games like
No,
Bellingham,
no, it's not.
Mbappe, Salah. At least, even a single moment of brilliance.
Good lad. Good lad. Good boy.
It's uncomfortable.
He is not wrong in the slightest there.
No, 100%.
I think world-class players, that is what they do.
not
And this is
world-class.
why I always say you can't be crowning man too soon, too early.
No, you can't. Gotta let them
But
do this.
man,
people
man.
have a different definition. The thing is,
Definitely.
Liaz always says it. World class is like, what
does
do
that
you
mean?
mean?
Yeah.
You can't have a
Subjective.
conversation unless you guys know what you're defining, what the definition is.
there
So
is
it's
no
such a wide
definition, yeah.
wide term. I always just say like, you know when you see it. That's
Yeah.
how I see it. Mo Salah
Yeah.
is world class. He doesn't have to be just because Mo Salah's world class. Who's the next guy behind him? That means that person's world class. It doesn't have to be like that.
I think some
It
people,
doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? I just see it. If you see it, you feel it. You know who's world class.
If you know, you know.
KDB is world class. Haaland's world class.
with the
Mbappe.
trophy with the trophy thing, some people define world class as they have done it at all levels, and some people define world class as I think you're capable of doing it at all levels. So if you are any player that's not in the top 6, it's very unlikely that anyone's ever gonna
Call you world class,
agree
yeah.
that you're world class, because you're never gonna get the chance to go and play in those
But
top
then-
level competitions.
But then you could just say you've got world class ability.
Ability,
Like,
yes,
for example,
yeah.
for me, I think Paqueta has world class ability.
I agree.
I can't say he's world class right now,
Yeah.
but I think he's got world class ability, and maybe one day the platform will allow
be
him to
given to
show
him.
that.
For
But I just think people just say world class and they have no real definition for what it actually is. And when I see something, I don't have to be convinced that you're a good player. When I
just
see
know.
someone's a top player, you're a top player. That's why when I was sitting there, I'm not saying Phil Foden's world class, but when I was sitting there and seeing everyone talking about Phil Foden, I'm like, how can you doubt a player like this? Like, I don't need to sit 50 games to see how
absolutely in
good
that
he is.
conversation.
I know what he is. Yeah, I'm saying. I just don't see people just have
World class for me is consistently exemplary at whatever it is that makes you that footballer playing in that role or whatever it may be. Does that make sense? So that definition is subjectional to whatever anyone deems as valuable.
Yeah.
And so that's all it is. It's consistency in exemplary.
Last 15 seconds though. Can
So-
they get a moment of quality?
Konate's been announced as the player of
Liverpool
the match.
more likely to score in these last few seconds than
Literally.
Jota.
Will this be final attack? Oh, it's gone through.
Yes!
In your garden, lad!
There it
2-0!
is.
Oh!
Every Arsenal fan that's been at me, what? It's 2-0 in your garden, lad! What?
Hey, Luis Diaz.
Yes!
We here.
Oh, wow.
This is what a contender looks like, lad. This is what it looks like. B-side.
Wow.
Got Clark and Bradley on it, lad, for the last 15 minutes. Are you mad? Hey, 2-0. Ha! Get in.
What did I
Jurgen
say?
Klopp
What did I
is
say?
clapping his hands and laughing. What a great finish.
That freedom that Liverpool have kind of played with all game. They don't have the pressure in this game.
I said 2-1.
That's why he's the fucking world star. I'm saying. Yes!
Wow.
At first, I thought Jota skews this up, but who is that?
That's
Martinez.
Ash.
That's
That's
Champagne.
poor by
Ash.
Martinez.
Great
But this is
finish
an
as well.
amazing finish.
But this
Such
is
a good
poor.
finish.
I don't want to see my winger
Touch,
doing back.
bang.
It's because Arteta took off the left back and played with just the centre backs.
Yeah, but
so
dude,
not.
I
But
hear that.
in their last attack, it was Saka that made the tackle.
Yeah.
But there's ways of tackling. That's not it.
You don't stick your foot back out like that.
Do you know how many Arsenal
What a
Game,
finish. Oh my
set.
goodness.
every I'm
And
not joking.
no responsibility on Ramsdale for either of the goals either. But
Do you
go
know how
on.
many Arsenal fans have been coming for me, lad? And I'm the nice guy, yeah. I'm the one that doesn't
I was
go
gonna
for
say, you're a
anybody else.
fair Liverpool
I am,
fan,
lad,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And they go for me every single time, lad. So that's why I have to have that little out by birthday,
And
lad.
your
that
thing,
is
bro.
it.
Oh.
Do your
Full
thing.
time.
Wow.
Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0 at the Emirates.
The plot
Liverpool
thickens.
go through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Arsenal have been dumped out. It is now 3 defeats in a row going into a 2-week break for Arsenal.
We need it.
Are we smelling a bit of a crisis now for this team? Performers weren't really at the races today. I mean, talk to me, Nick. What do you feel like about this game, performance, situation?
I think the obviously it was an own goal. Do you know what I mean, for the first one? So the scoreline is gonna not flatter. I think the game was even for 80 minutes of it. I think it was even 2-0. I think is a slightly flattering scoreline, but we knew we're going to create chances. Same problem we've had week after week. You know, it's not really a difference from our perspective. We're going to create chances, but we're not going to have the player to actually put the ball in the back of the net. It's really no different to what we've seen over the last 5 or 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that's a fair assessment. You know, and then some of the changes I was calling for, the exact change that he made with Nketiah going up top and Havertz dropping into midfield. He made it, but he made it after we'd already conceded a goal, which I said I know we all fans always sit there and go, I said this was going to happen, but I literally did say, it's on camera, I said, you know, we don't want to be making this change after we concede. Yeah. So that's what stuff like that.
I want to put something
stuff like that is why he comes. Why I'm not blaming Arteta specifically, but stuff like that is why he comes under fire. Because when any team loses, you've got different people to look at. Sometimes you're looking at your players, sometimes you're looking at your manager. In this one, I'm looking at a little bit of both. I'm not going to lie.
Definitely, that front line I think deserves to have all eyes on it.
That
honestly.
front line's had problems this entire season.
But that's like from Saka in particular. That's a poor, horrible. Havertz is just
that might be the third performance I've seen of Saka this season. That's like
So
that. Though. That's
this-
not the first one.
Yeah,
This is the thing for me
though.
though. I mean, we spoke FCM a few weeks back. You said that you don't think that they're winning the league.
They're not.
But one thing I want to discuss is last year, your season last year was defined by this period where I don't want to say it was a crisis, but you guys just capitulated at the end. It was like, was it 2 losses, just needless losses? This feels like the same thing's happening where you needed to get right. 3 losses out of the cup, losing ground in the title race where City were not even racing at the moment. What is going on? Is this a crisis for you guys now?
I think it is. I think we do have a lot of key injuries, but these are things that need to be addressed in the recruitment. You know, I said again, not to just keep saying, I get loads of things wrong in football, so I don't think I'm right all the time. But I said in January, I said in the summer, we need to cash in on Thomas Partey. You know, this is a guy who's been fit and available for 45% of the games since we signed him.
Jeez.
That was as of the summer. That's now a hell of a lot less. He's been fit and available for about 30% of the games. World-class ability on his day, but he can't be world-class if he's not on the pitch. Let's cash in on him. We didn't cash in on him. We got Declan Rice, who's been amazing since we signed him, to be fair to him, but then we've got no cover for that. We spoke about looking at players like Diaby. We need cover for Saka. That's what we said. One of our key things, because our fans love Saka so much, before we looked at getting a number 9 and getting a starting striker, we looked at a second winger to cover Saka because we care about him so much. We didn't get a cover for Saka. Do you know what I mean? We've got Trossard who plays bits and pieces. When Saka's going down consistently injured, you look at the beginning of the summer, we got Jurriën Timber. Jurriën Timber come off injured, got sent back on from the medical team and had a longer term injury because of that. We then did the same thing with Saka when he was injured and sent him back on instead of bringing on a replacement for him. We've got Reece Nelson, we've got Leandro Trossard waiting there. So the club is doing it to itself. A lot of the problems that we have, we're doing it to ourselves. The club's responsibility and the fitness team's responsibility, the manager, all of them, is to try and get as many of our best players onto the pitch all at one time and put out our best team. We do not see our best team enough. Do you know what I'm saying? One of the problems that we had last season, we know we needed a DM, we needed a fullback, we needed a striker. We didn't address the striker situation. We're going into a title challenge against teams like Liverpool that are bringing Jota off the bench, Man City that are bringing Alvarez off the bench, and we have Eddie Nketiah on the bench. Now, don't want to disrespect him, but he's not the level of Alvarez. He's not the level of Jota, is he? That's just sensible. He and himself would know that.
I think that's the key.
Culture Cam, a wise Culture Cam once said, you don't want to lose before like an international break or a break. 3 losses before a 2-week break. Talk to me.
One to your big rival as well.
For me, this is worrying times for Arsenal now. Because one thing I also see with Arsenal fans as well, and Arsenal as a club, once it starts to slide, it slides. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't really see Arsenal get through their moments, and we saw it last season. And I'm looking at Arsenal now. It's very uninspiring, bro. I'm looking at Saka. People are saying, is he injured? I don't think so. I just think the performance levels have completely dropped. Teams are looking at Bukayo Saka. And actually, I saw a lot of 1v1s today before everyone talks about doubling up. I saw a lot of 1v1s, and Gomez had an easy game today. And we have seen throughout the season, but what happens is people start saying goal and assist, goal and assist. Watch the games. Don't only talk when you're winning. Understand what's happening. Look at it and be fair. Have your assessment properly. I'm looking at Havertz. Every single fan would have told you Havertz, that's a questionable signing. But 3 goals on a bounce that he did, and all of a sudden it's like it's an Arteta masterstroke. No, it's not. You're seeing those issues now. I'm looking at Arsenal, and they're just not the same team of last season. And people are going to put it down to one player, maybe a Thomas Partey or whatever. That's not the case, in my opinion. I look at Liverpool, I look at City, and I said many times, champions respect. You respect City. You don't put them as if they're falling off, they're done. You got to respect these type of teams. Liverpool, they've been there, they've done it. Moments of quality in people like Trent and Salah. Arsenal don't have that. Saka's a good player. Martinelli's a good player. Jesus is a good player. Odegaard, they're not world level players. They're just not. Saliba's for me probably the closest. That guy is brilliant. But the rest of them, you're good players, and a system is what got them where they were last season. A very good system. Once that system starts to crumble, and you need a bit of that individual quality, this is what we have out here. This is what we have. One win in 7 for a team that are going to try push for all fronts. It's the FA Cup. People are going to say, oh yeah, it's just the FA Cup. Top teams try and go through and go and win everything. And listen, Arsenal...
You mentioned the system thing earlier, though.
Yeah. No, this is something I've thought about for a while, to be honest with you. I predicted Arsenal to win the league. I viewed Arteta. I was even saying at one point, I think he might have surpassed Jurgen Klopp. Clearly, I was wrong in that regard. No. Yeah, clearly I was wrong in that regard.
This man does not like Jurgen.
We addressed it. Hey, I held my hands up and I admitted my errors. But I was so high on Arteta's system that I may have overlooked as well that, kind of like what Cam is saying, how many world beaters do you have in this team? When I kind of look at, like, we would talk about what is the definition of world class. I don't really have a set definition either, but like I feel that I look at players that in moments where their team isn't playing well, when they're not playing well, when the system is kind of failing, the game is slowed down, you can look at them to pick up the ball and change a game on their own through individual brilliance. And I look at this Arsenal team, and I've never thought that most of these players in those moments, the only one that I thought was even coming close to that was Saka. And this season, you've kind of seen him reduce to the mean, reduce to that level that he was before that kind of patch last season. So yeah, when you're going up, especially against City, against Liverpool, who have players like that in abundance, Salah, De Bruyne, Erling Haaland, Foden even, I think you're going to struggle when that system starts to fail. And I've said it now, I think Arteta's system has been found out. And it's on him, yes, to kind of tweak the system now and get the best out of those players, because giving them a suitable environment for them to thrive is important. But I think they're going to have to go in the summer and really sign bona fide, big name star players, because they're definitely missing out on it.
Nah, but
Fuad, I want to come to you
because now all of a sudden I'm hearing the players are not of the standard. And granted, you might not have thought them, but a lot of Arsenal fans would have told you last year they feel a lot of these players, even if they're not world class now, they would have been world class. And then I'm sorry, when you look at the recruitment in the summer, bringing in Havertz, okay, Timber, he's injured, whatever. Rice, he's been brilliant. But in January, let's not forget last year as well what the signings were with Jorginho and Trossard, when really and truly you were challenging for a title and that was in your best position. So I'm looking at them like, now you're saying the tactics are going wrong. Now you're saying the players are not good enough. Now the signings all of a sudden are not good enough. What? What are we doing here? No. We don't get to flip the narrative like this. For me, now more than ever, second half of the season, lights are going to be on Arsenal and Arteta.
Definitely.
Now we're going to see if all of this praise you have been singing, if it's just candy-ass bullshit you were saying for the moment, or if it's something you really believe in, because shit gets tough. Shit gets sticky. Sometimes you have to take a step back to move forward again. And right now you've been knocked out of the FA Cup by a rival that last season was worse than you. And this season, all of a sudden, now we're supposed to believe they're back. And they played a weakened side. Brought on more
and
kids
they've got
at
injuries
some
as
point.
well.
And they've got... Bro, I don't want to be hearing any excuses about... Man, they must be accounted for. Managers and players this season. I'm sorry.
100%.
There is no hiding place. Saka, Martinelli brought on. Like, all of these... Havertz, 65 million. Can you make a difference? How many chances did he have today? Like, I'm
Just
sorry,
so you know,
no.
Havertz is
All
your
of this now,
highest paid player.
woe is me act. Arsenal fans are going to try and play. I don't want to hear it.
Fu, I've got a question
Keep
for you.
the same energy you had the past 12 months. Please.
Fu, I've got a question for you.
It's fuming, isn't it?
Bro.
Lad, he's sweating a little bit in front of him.
We come for you.
Hey, Fu,
I will see some of you there.
hey, Fu, it would not be me hosting Raf. I don't ask you this question. Of course, listen, they've got 1 win in 7. They're in this little rough space. Your club had your little rough period with injuries and whatnot. It's 1 point separating you. You guys in the ascendancy. Can you potentially go all the way with them in terms of this season? Do you think they're going to peter off? Do you think Spurs can actually match where they're at the moment?
In terms of what?
In terms of the season is still there. Do you reckon that you guys can be in and around them this season? Because they don't look like the Arsenal that they've been last year.
I said from the start of the season when Havertz came in, I said, you got to understand Arsenal's midfield last season was so key to what they built up. This season, the fullbacks have dipped a little bit. But I said Havertz coming in was going to cause a little mix-up that I don't even think they're unaware of. And now you're slowly kind of see it coming to fruition, whether it's him playing up front or in midfield. I think the surprise bit for us being in this competing spot is a surprise bit. Can we keep it up is a question. Yeah, I think we could. Can we finish above them? I don't know. I think they will still have moments where they definitely do come back and show them their true selves, if you like. But for me, I think you got to look at this moment, and it's kind of like a little bit of a mark on this, a black mark on Arteta's tenure, because really and truly, this is a moment I feel like they should have put the stamp on to really say, now we're the ones overtaking Liverpool now as City's best challengers, if you like. This is a real moment for that to happen, and I feel like they missed it. And now I don't want it to become a thing of Arsenal fans are constantly looking at, do you remember the pink kit season? Take me back, man.
Take me back to that Reece Nelson winner.
Oh my God.
Take me back.
Take
And
me
what a
back.
goal it was.
Take me back.
What a summer it was. What it lasted. What a summer it was.
I saw Saka 10 goals, 10 assists. Take me back.
No, but in all honesty, obviously there's going to be, as we're talking about the system, there's going to be question marks towards Arteta as well. I mean, we could talk about the players as well, but there's going to be question marks. You don't, that summer, when you're looking at that summer, did it significantly improve Arsenal? Well, you say Timber's out, so that's unfair. You know what I mean? Obviously, the plan would have been to have Timber in there, but when you're looking at the Kai Havertz signing, I said, when the Kai Havertz signing happened, I was like, yo, this could be his Anthony signing, that Ten Hag. This could be one of them ones that you look back and you're like,
you're hanging your hat
it
on
doesn't
this.
make sense. The money doesn't make sense. The ability, the player, nothing makes sense. Why it happened? And Arteta is kind of thinking that he has to prove that this signing has to come correct. And we said it with Anthony. He has to prove that this signing has to come correct. So he's going to continue playing. He's going to, whether it's 9, whether it's LCM, whatever. And when you're losing a figurehead of the club in a way, in Granit Xhaka, it brings more pressure. And I'm just looking at it now. I'm thinking, yes, okay, you can say Declan Rice has been good this season. He's added facility. XG conceded has been less and stuff. But then you're talking about what Arsenal were, the identity of Arsenal. Even go back to Wenger days. What Arsenal fans love. It's that passing, slick football, goals coming. Remember the Wilshere v Norwich, all that type of stuff. And when you're looking at this team and you're not winning, it's okay if you win because it's a different Arsenal. But when you're not winning, now you're moving a little bit away from the Arsenal identity. It starts to get a little bit worrying there.
The issue with this as well is we all know that Arsenal fans are notoriously, they're very invested. So if it's going well, it's singing and shouting. If it's not going well, it has the propensity to change very, very quickly, and you don't want that. We're in January. The season's not done yet, but we're in January.
Look how chilled I am right now.
And
that genuine. I've been here, done it all, lad. Yeah, I'm chilled. Do you know why? Because I still don't think we're like I said earlier in the stream, we're 5 points clear of City. Yeah, and I still don't think we're going to.
I said the same thing last January about us. To be fair,
but not many Arsenal fans did, lad. You were going mad and finished on 84 points, lad, which is not very good still. So, I've been here before, lad, and know what it's like. So I don't never get ahead of myself, because the times that I had, lad, City have just went, sit down, lad. Okay, and I have. We went to the last game of the season, lad, in the last 20 minutes, and we're going to win the league. And then City have come back and won 3-2 against Aston Villa, lad. Philip Coutinho scored a goal. Gerrard's the manager, and that it's going to happen, lad. This is the prophecy, and it didn't happen, lad. So just got to go game by game. Like, I know it sounds stupid, lad, but you do. That's what your fans have to do. Like I said, my outburst, lad, was because so many of your fans, lad, I have not atted a single human being this whole season, lad. And the amount of Arsenal fans that have come for me this season is insane. And I'm like, why? It's 10 games in the season, lad.
But we also haven't even been playing good football. So I get loads of shit on AFTV when I do my fan cams for saying it's gonna catch up with us. We've been winning games, but we've been grinding out result after result. Me, you, and Fuad have been here a lot of times watching us grind out results and ugly wins, and people saying, "Oh, win's a win." I'm like, yeah, but I'm looking for what football can we repeat? What can we do over and over again? What patterns of play can we recreate? What is there that if one player has to slot out because of injury or sale, we can slot another player back in? And we haven't had that at all this season.
What are you better at this season?
That's the part that where the club and potentially Arteta has to take responsibility, because I don't think any Arsenal fan, I don't know, maybe the crazy people you lot chat to on Twitter, but most Arsenal fans I know, but I was just talking about Twitter people in general, but most Arsenal fans I know were not overly happy with the transfer window. We thought, okay, we can do something here, and we thought, okay, cool, we needed a fullback, we needed a DM, but we also needed an 8 and a 9, and because we didn't have the money to buy an 8 or a 9, we bought someone who sits in between the two, and that's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? And that is that's not what's happened today, but that's one of the places where we've had problems this season. For me, the issue that we have today is that although we've struggled to score goals, defensively have been very good. And today we've continued to score goals. This over the course of the season, defensively, up until the last few games, defensively we've still been pretty solid. Now we're losing 2-0 at home. That's a big problem.
Let me ask a quick question, because obviously we spoke about does signing a striker automatically make things like a little bit better for you guys?
It depends. It depends on
people will be like, let's go and get a Tony. But does Tony change what's going on?
Not necessarily. I think it could have changed individual things like today. We've seen 2 or 3 chances that Kai Havertz had that I'm confident if Tony has these chances. A prime and fit Tony, not necessarily with a long break, and you know what I mean. But a prime and fit Tony, I'm confident scores a couple of those chances. But it's the entire transfer policy that we have for the club. Do you know what I mean? None of us expected when we got Jorginho last year. We were hoping it was a stopgap. Some people saying he's only going to come in for 18 months and then he was going to go. That hasn't happened. Thomas Partey, like I say, Arteta has gambled on a lot of players, and a lot of those gambles are not paying off conclusively. We bought in Tavares, didn't work for him. We bought in Kivior, and now there's talk that potentially this Kivior that scored the own goal to make us 1-0 behind in the FA Cup game was meant to be going on loan in January anyway. He wasn't even necessarily supposed to be here for the rest of the season. Do you know what I mean? So although there are injuries, the players that are there to be the backup players for when we get players injured are players that Arteta has signed. It's more and more and more his players. And yeah, not every signing works out, I understand that. But that's where the responsibility has to be. Because if Zinchenko can't play or is injured, or if Tomiyasu can't play or is injured, there's meant to be players there that can slot into those positions. At the moment, we've got 1 right back, we've got 1 left back, we've got 1 DM. These guys have to play every game. Do you know what I mean? If somebody else gets injured, then we're down to Ethan Nwaneri.
I think it's hard for these young managers that are players as well, lad. I think sometimes they run out of ideas. It's as simple as that. The reason why Pep and Jurgen Klopp are good is because they're old, genuinely, lad. It's experience. You have to go through these situations. Jurgen Klopp, lad, was with Mainz, for 3 seasons, lad, and he tried to get promoted. Twice he got failed on the last day, lad. Then he got promoted. Then he went to Dortmund, and he had to fight against the giant Bayern Munich, and get all his players taken off him. So that gave him a different way of thinking about how he's going to build his teams. And these experiences help managers pull out different tricks of the bag. Does that make sense when it comes to difficult times like this? Yeah. And I just don't think Arteta has that. He just doesn't have the experience yet. And he's still a good manager, but he doesn't have them bag of tricks yet because he's not old enough.
Last season, one of the things that made Arsenal fans believe last season is that we started to see a little bit more of what we thought was going to be tactical progression. And we started to see a few different things, not just inverted fullbacks. We started to see different things, different patterns, different styles of play. I feel like this season he has definitely managerially regressed. He's gone back to, this is the closest we're seeing to his very first season.
It's interesting,
Moyes, isn't it?
Yeah, he's gone backwards.
It's interesting because you're saying that, and like one of the super chats got here is, it's the other side of people looking at it and be like, I've had enough now. It's like AK's come and said, get this clown out ASAP. I've officially signed out. We were watching something earlier where they're saying that Arsenal fans have tapped out of the season. They're emotionally drained. We've actually got a super chat from
Muppets, mate.
Fame,
You
which
don't know what
says,
it's like.
Liaz, where's your jacket from?
Let me get back to you. It's something off Instagram. Hold on.
Also says production letting his mustache grow, brother on a mission to get gal, you know, real man. All love Liaz.
I'm trying to dodge these Adam Sandler allegations.
The same person, Tite Kudia goes, ooh, Zakaria Bakali is letting his mustache grow.
Don't kill me.
What the hell is this, man? I don't think it was them though. Hold on, I'll find it for you guys.
Honestly, man. Arsenal, the way it says, all of our signings have been flops, including Rice. I'm not sure about that. We spent 100 million on.
No.
We've spent 100 million on a so-called world-class player, and are worse in every metric. Well, I think
that world-class engine, lad. He's not there's a difference between a world-class footballer and a world-class, he's world-class at his attributes.
Rice has been borderline man of the match for most of the first half, like first 10-15 games.
The best
he's been
CDM in the league.
He's been a very good player.
Other than Rodri, sorry, my bad.
He's been a very good player for us this season. To call him a flop is insane.
He's definitely not a flop in any way.
It's panic station, but this is what I said.
This is what happens now.
This is what happens. It's panic station now. You know what I'm saying?
This is what happens.
It's panic.
Yeah, this is what happens.
Rice ain't got that ball.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
It's panic stations now, and this is what happens. And this is why, when people come up with these statements after you lose, it's like you didn't believe it when it was happening. Because you don't turn this quickly, bro. When it was happening and people were saying Arsenal's performances ain't that good, they'll be bringing field tilt and showing why it's good. They'll be bringing this and bringing that, and you're like, nah, there's something different about Arsenal this season. Well, we're top of the league. This guy's having a bad season when he's got this money. They kept saying these things, and then you turn quickly, because deep down when you're watching these games, you know what you're seeing, but because you want to have that we're better than you over your rival fans, you ignore it. That's why the best thing is just to be truthful. If you have deep down always thought that Declan Rice is holding back your attack, you should have said it when you're winning. Don't now say it now because you're losing. Do you know that's the problem, and that's what happens.
The only thing I will do, I'll give them a little bit of empathy in the sense of they have been the Banter Club, lad, for the last 10-15 years, right? And so now they are alright. They're alright football team, right? They're good to watching that. So they're just overexcited.
Some of our fans are like 12, blood. They weren't even around for that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Some of these men are young.
Listen.
Hey, come here. Come here. Turkish London. Come right here.
Come on,
in the building.
Open the door. Bring his ass. Bring him. Deliver him.
Turkish people.
Yeah. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Come here. No,
They want to hear from you.
Come here.
They want to hear from you.
Come here.
FCM, they want to hear from you.
We want to see you on camera.
FCM's fourth member.
Come here.
FCM's fifth member.
Guys, right now,
FCM's fifth member.
people, right now, Turkish is hiding behind the camera.
FCM's fifth member.
Come here, bro. Yeah, come.
Nah, coming from the camera.
Let me tell you right here.
All of a sudden, they don't want to be content creators. Hey.
Let me tell you right here.
FCM's fifth member. Come through.
He doesn't want to face.
They're saying Turkish. You must. They're saying Turkish. You must. They're saying you must.
You must.
Hey, I don't see Cecil here.
Arsenal representative. Come. Yeah, he's knickers.
We heard him all game. Hey,
this has been therapy for him. Come here.
Turkish, they're sending super chats for you, bro.
Wow, they ain't comfortable on their own ends, bro.
Look at that. They don't want to.
Oh, man. Listen. That has been the end of the FCM takeover. Nic Doyle, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everyone smashing the likes. Thank you for everyone being involved. You guys are now, you've done your introduction to FCM land. We'll be back next week. There's not going to be a regular episode this week, but we'll be back next week. Hey, listen, over 1,000 likes in there, over 4K view in here as well. Big up. Listen, next weekend, we're going to earn our money from you guys. That's all I can say. More will be reviewed.
That's Look at him. He's a great loser by the looks of things.
Listen, next weekend we've got a lot of content for you, so make sure you're tuned. Make sure your notifications are on all of DR Sports socials, and you figure out what we've got coming. But listen, till then, we'll see you soon.